Welcome back to Kind of Funny's Terminator Cameron verse in review. That's right, we are ranking and reviewing every single movie in the James Cameron
Terminator verse.
Terminator movie.
Put Avatar in there, you cowards. Anti-Titanic.
Maybe one
Let's
day.
go.
We'll see. We're going to do Avatar in review one day, Greg. You know it.
Oh, God.
If they ever put the movies out.
How about the Univator? Like a universe, but Terminator?
Please shut the fuck up.
Damn. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tim Gettys. We got Nick Scarpino over there,
everyone.
Greg Miller, Big Kev Dog, Andy Cortez getting
guys.
played out early.
Damn.
Wow. But like I said, this is Terminator in review.
You
We
hate
are
to see a
reviewing
skunk.
the Terminator, Terminator 2, and then Terminator Dark Fate at the end of the month. We're also concurrently doing Star Wars in review, so stay hyped for both of those. You can get the show live on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames, or you can watch it later, youtube.com/kindoffunny, roosterteeth.com. Listen to it on podcast services. Just search for Kind of Funny Reviews. You can get the show on patreon.com/kindoffunny, ad-free, or you can be a Patreon producer like Al Tribesman. Woo! Danny Boy. Or David Mintel.
Is this your card? It's
Show me a trick.
It's right in your face.
There we go. There
We're
we
on
go.
YouTube
If you want to
channel.
join the ranks, you can do
Damn
that
it.
as well. Fantastic stuff for everybody. Today, Greg, we're
Tim?
talking about Terminator 2,
Wow.
Judgment Day.
Skang-gang-gang-gang-gang.
T2, as it's named some other places. How come Judgment doesn't have an E?
I know. I
American
made the
spelling.
fucking graphic and I was like, why does my graphic look so much different?
That's how we spell it in America.
But
Is
why?
it?
Do you know, Greg?
I don't know, do you?
No.
I had no idea it
Seems
had
like
no
something
E.
you would know, though.
I know
Like,
it's
and
dumb.
so I Googled it and it's like, yes,
Judgment always threw me
it
up when
can use the E in the middle, but it's more, it's more commonly used.
I feel like
That's
it
Dumb.
depends
I
on.
hadn't noticed that before.
I feel like it depends on how much judgment you're passing. Because if it's got an E in it, you're like really judgy.
Yeah, sure.
But if it's judgment, you're just this is it. We're just
When the-
passing a straight judgment.
when that video game came out, Judgment, when the
where we're
when
at.
the video game Judgment came out, I thought they were just doing a funky spelling with it.
I
I
had
thought
no
it was
idea.
like a Metal Gear Revengeance where Kojima's making up words
Just
and
like,
stuff.
fuck it.
I thought it was like, yeah, Judgment
Kingdom
without
Hearts
an E.
shit.
Oh, I'm sure that means something in the universe. No, that's just how the word is spelled.
Terminator 2
Blew my
Judgment
mind.
Day, T2 Judgment Without an E, released on July 3rd, 1991. Once again, directed by James Cameron.
I know now why you cry.
But this is something I could never do.
A budget of $102 million. $102 million, which is much more than the budget of T1.
Was it like 4 million?
6.4 million.
6.4 million.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more, but
It shows.
it also made a lot more money. So at the time of its release, with a budget of $102 million, Terminator 2 Judgment Day was the most expensive film ever made.
Wow.
Box office of $523.7 million. The first one made $78.3 million. The film was the highest grossing of 1991 and of Schwarzenegger's career.
Wow, he
Until
didn't make
Last
a,
Action Hero.
he didn't
Boom.
make a more expensive one.
No, they lost
after
a lot
that.
of money on that.
No,
I don't
really?
know about that. This is what the wiki said, Andy. You can only do so much research.
Sure.
Yeah, like Judgment. You can't even
Yeah,
come in with a
I read the
fucking
Star
reason.
Wars comments. There's
Yeah.
a lot of corrections.
My favorite thing is looking at the Star Wars comments and just being like, watching people correct each other, and it's like, all right, guys, all right,
You
Just
weren't
enjoy
there.
things.
You weren't on Tatooine, man. You don't know what it's like.
Greg and
You
I
know
were
what
there.
your uncle smells like when he's been burned to death.
You don't know if Wedge grew up with him or not.
Where you're
you
like,
know?
it smells like good barbecue, Uncle Owen.
Ew.
Runtime of 2 hours and 17 minutes. Before we get into the plot of this one, what do we think?
It's
It's
great.
great. Fucking
I
great
love this movie so much.
It's
Oh my
real
god,
good,
it's so
guys.
good.
Here's the thing. Weirdly watching it back, though, there are some moments where you're like, interesting choice, James Cameron. Interesting choice. Like when he goes in, he goes, give me your clothes, your boots,
Boots
your
and your
motorcycles.
motorcycle.
That's awesome. That whole scene's great.
solid
and then,
choice.
And then as it walks out,
Yeah.
he's back and he's better than ever. And it's like, problem child.
Totally
Really?
cheese
What
ball.
the fuck
Totally
are we
cheese
doing?
ball, but I liked it.
No,
Did
I
you?
hated
I
it.
liked
I
it.
hated
I
it, and I'll
loved
tell you
it.
why.
Because it's out of it doesn't fit.
Because this movie is supposed to, like, obviously now I had never seen the movie fully until yesterday. Had I never known
Yep.
that he
Yep.
was a good guy,
it'd be zany.
then I wish the music just would have stayed scary, and they would have keep on, like, I wish the movie would have kept on trying to trick the viewer until that eventual twist,
Yeah.
where you see,
Roses.
oh, he's actually good, and the cop guy, Silver Liquid Metal Man,
Silver Liquid Metal
T1000,
Man bad.
that's the bad guy. Oh
Yeah.
wow, I didn't know this. But when that music hit, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
no.
You're a friend.
That's
Yeah.
that's a really good
Here's
point.
the thing.
That's
I
like a comedic beat. You're like, ah,
is.
there he
But that point
is.
we already knew. Marketing had ruined it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But I watched
really?
it.
yeah.
I watched it with Paula, who had never seen either of these movies and had no idea. And when there's the moment in the hallway, she was still like, "Oh shit, what's happening?"
Yeah.
Well, that moment's great.
Y'all motherfuckers ruined it for Gia, and I'm very upset with all of you.
Dude,
I can't
come on,
believe
What a
it.
surprise.
I can't fucking
on.
believe it,
They do.
man. Gia watched the first one and tweeted out, like, as we were watching
Sounds like
it.
she ruined it for herself.
She was just like, how come nobody told me that the Terminator is the bad guy? And the moment she did that, I looked at her and I was just like, Tim, just play it cool. Hopefully
delete it.
people.
No.
I couldn't say it though. If the moment I brought attention to it, we get all fucked.
Streisand.
And
You
now all
should- you-
motherfuckers
you should have
fucked it up.
immediately been
Oh,
like,
yeah,
stop
Everyone's
watching.
just like, oh man, keep watching. It's like, you motherfuckers, just ignore this
Let it
tweet.
be.
Bookmark it. You can come back to it later.
That's not how the world
You know what
works.
I mean? It should be. It should be, man. Let joy be in the fucking world.
You should've-
Anyone coming to that knows what was happening.
You
That
grab her
sucks.
phone, you fucking step on it 30 times, throw it into goddamn traffic, run over it. Like, you can't let her see that again.
No
because
Twitter for you.
what you should have done is recorded her reaction.
Yeah.
And that would have
but
been real swell for us to see.
One of my
And would have gotten
favorite.
us views, made money.
it
Yeah.
would've.
The only time I want to chime in right now is that was one of my favorite memories as a kid. Is like I grew up way past this movie because this came out in '91. I think I watched this at like 3 or 4 years old. It's like one of my first memories. So it was
Wow.
90.
That explains so much.
98 or something like that, 99, and it broke my 4-year-old fucking mind watching that. And
You
it's-
did not watch T2 at 4 years old.
Oh, you'd be
and,
surprised.
and if you did, you definitely didn't remember it. It didn't blow your mind.
Yeah, no, I-
4-year-olds get distracted by fucking light bulbs. They don't. You're not putting it together this whole time.
Yeah, no, I remember
Fuzzy.
that moment. I
Fuzzy?
remember
Why
watching
is it
that moment.
fuzzy?
I had a lot of
You think I just
weird
got fuzzy
fucking
looking?
babysitters. Let me tell you.
Yeah, you
I
did.
watched
Yeah,
fucking
you
Clerks
did.
1 like a year later.
Real talk though, coming back to this, like this movie is awesome. It's an amazing continuation of the story from the first one. And we talked last episode on the fact that he wanted to accomplish a lot of these things in the first one, and thank God that he didn't, because what an awesome sequel and a continuation of like how do we stop this thing from happening. And even the end though, it's still ambiguous though. You get that crazy sense of hope that you're still left with at the end of Terminator 1, even though you shouldn't be. You're like, man, it is like the apocalypse is coming, but like we're gonna fight this fucking good fight. And then we have that same like kind of feeling at the end of this one where it's like the road and we don't know what's out there. It's
The
dark,
end of
we can
this is
only
weird.
see-
I
It
feel like
just goes credits. You're like,
I
all
feel
right.
like the end of this kind of leaves it like, oh, no one knows if they changed
It's
the
no
future
fable
or
what
not.
we make it, right?
Make your destiny.
I feel like
Because
just every decision was really well done. Like I love going to Miles' house
Yeah.
and all that sort of interaction.
I will say
and-
this though, they flip very quickly where he's like, I see that you have a metal arm and I get that you're a Terminator, but you did just try to kill my entire family. Like, I'm not going with you.
The
No,
Terminator
that's
didn't
how
try. The
compelling the
Terminator
argument
saved
is.
His family.
Yeah, as they're sitting there explaining to it, and he's sitting there being
It's a
like,
good-
No, but like,
and
Lenny
he's like,
Helsing's
freaking
crazy.
out, and I'm thinking like, does he really believe them? Well, he has to. The guy's got a fucking robot arm.
I just
But
wanna cut
also-
up-
Not just the robot arm, the robot arm that they have
Oh.
in their, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
in
But it would be
his
so
vault.
hard to trust him because he's like, yes, I hear you, Robot Man, but crazy over there just tried to kill my kid,
But
like everyone.
She broke down, and she
Maybe-
made it clear that she wasn't actually killing the kid.
Do you think he was like this? They were like this? I mean, you're crazy, but your fucking arms look jacked. Jacked right
Yeah.
now.
Hey, I feel like there
So-
needs to be an arm podcast.
I mean, there was
Arms,
at one
arms,
point.
arms,
No,
arms,
it
arms, arms,
it was
arms,
it was
arms,
it
arms,
was the
arms,
biceps arm.
arms,
Now it's
arms,
this, I guess.
arms,
Who's got arms?
Dude, real
Very
talk.
derivative.
I mean, we'll do it now. Do the ab song. How about that?
No, we
What?
just did the arm song.
Okay, fuck
you can't have abs
Dude,
and arm
I'll be
song.
honest with you. I think her arms look better than his in this movie. She was in fucking
Yeah.
unbelievable shape for this film.
Her
Like,
character is so freaking rad in this
Yeah.
movie,
Yep.
and it's the look of her,
Night
the
and
way
day.
that she acts. It starts off with her,
her doing fucking sups, man.
Hell yeah,
Not even
man.
pull-ups, just sups. That's how you know it's dope. Like when
Stand-up
Andy and I
paddleboard?
go, sups, man, we do it. And you go, no, man.
You
I
guys
can only
do
like
this a
3."
lot?
I don't know what a
All the
sub
time.
is.
What the fuck is a sub?
Did I say push-ups? I meant pull-ups.
You said
How about that?
sub.
Well, push-ups would be some sups. Like we're doing push-ups, sups.
No, subs
That
stand
makes
up
sense.
paddleboard.
The fuck are you talking about?
SUP.
what a
Yeah,
real
SUP
sup is.
stands. That stands about.
When have any of you done a stand-up
Stand-up
paddleboard? You psychopath!
I almost went
What do you
through
do on the
I
weekends?
almost went 3 weeks ago.
It's in Austin. People do it in Austin
I did
all
in
the time.
Chicago.
Do they call it, like, when you hear sup, is that the first thing you think of? Stand-up paddleboarding?
Yeah.
No, but when he says
The way
subs,
he said it.
you're talking
When
about
you're-
pull-ups.
Yeah.
Subs, yeah.
I really fucked that up. I should have said pups. Pups would have been pull-ups.
You think I call
that makes more
REI
sense.
right now and I say what's a sup? They're not going to know what I'm talking about.
It's very
I
specific.
mean, the people at REI are gonna know what you're talking about because they're not wearing fucking Patagonia vests. They're probably standing on paddleboards while they answer the phone. Just for my
God
balance.
damn. Come with me if you want some facts real quick.
Was that Schwarzenegger?
This is for my balance.
James Cameron asked special effects creator Stan Winston to direct a teaser trailer. Cameron didn't want the trailer to just be early footage, and so with a budget of $150K, Winston created a trailer that showed a futuristic assembly line churning out copies of Terminators, all of which looked like Arnold. Cameron was pleased with this trailer as he had fears about the audience reactions to trailers showing him returning as a Terminator after the Terminator in the first film was clearly destroyed. It's pretty fucking
I never saw this trailer. That sounds awesome.
I think I have
Did you see this trailer?
I can see the TV spot in my head.
yeah.
And it's not that it's something I saw back in the day. I just remember like seeing it on the internet and shit like that. It's like an assembly line.
I remember
and
the
shit.
faces
It's really
coming
cool.
through, but I
Yeah.
could be completely making that up.
Yeah, you're making that up.
Definitely on YouTube.
In the audio
Okay.
commentary, James Cameron says that not only was the biker bar scene filmed across the street from where LAPD officers beat up Rodney King, but that they were filming the night of the beating.
Oh my
Holy
god!
shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Across the street?
Shit's crazy, man. Shit's crazy.
Let's see.
Should we turn the cameras? No one will ever know anything about that.
And the last fact
Yeah,
before we
that's
get to
what
the
I
plot. Production took sufficiently long that Edward Furlong, who is John Connor, visibly aged during the shoot. He's clearly much younger in the desert, for instance, than in other scenes. His voice began to break and had to be pitched to one level in post-production.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I didn't notice it.
Yeah, I didn't notice it.
He's right at that age where it's dangerous to
She's
cast those
not my
kids.
mother,
Didn't they ever do the same
Todd.
thing for Harry Potter
What a
with
little
Daniel Radcliffe?
dick, you know?
Because he was like, "Hey, Harry, on day one," and the date he was like, "Listen, I gotta fucking tell you something. My balls dropped."
God damn.
Yeah.
All right.
is
You want to give us the
multiple
plot,
trailer.
Greg?
That's bad as fuck.
Gregor saved the blood. Gregor saved the blood.
Why am I saying save?
Greg saves the plot. Greg saves the plot. Hot.
Hey everybody, it's me, Greg, and I'm here to save the plot. I've been
Come with me if
back
you wanna
in
be
time to
saved.
save the plot for all of you. We once again open in a far-flung future with hunter-killers flying all over the place.
These look
but
way
we
cooler.
have more
Way
budget.
cooler.
We have more budget, so yeah,
Better
they
music?
are flying on. Yeah, exactly, better music and way more fucking Terminators. We got exoskeletons
Animatronics.
walking all over the place. They got 2 fucking machine guns. What are they shooting? Who the fuck knows?
Dual wielding, bro.
It was cool. Then, as Nick and I both said this morning when we were looking over the thing, we find the one Terminator there. He's like all hurt on the side.
He's like, "Help me!
Oh,
Help
I want to
me."
keep killing people. Let
And then
me
some
up.
fucking asshole human just comes and ping pongs his head. I'm like, maybe
Ping-pong.
the humans are the bad guys in this situation.
You know what I mean?
Definitely
We had
not.
our
Maybe
chance.
they're
We
bad.
had our chance. We had our chance.
We had our chance.
You know what
Adam
I
and Eve.
mean?
Spoiled
So yeah, then Sarah Connor starts stalking Linda Hamilton herself, right? She's here to recap you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
She says,
Yeah.
you know, they've sent 2 Terminators back in time. The first time they sent back a guy to stop it, we stopped it. Great job. It was for me. Not this time. Now they sent another one back. It's here for my son, John Connor. He's gonna save the day. But we're sending our own Terminator back. And you're like, there's a lot of Terminators we're talking about, but I'm all about it.
I'm
More
in.
credits, more fire.
Well,
But-
she doesn't say
More
it
fire.
It says we're sending our
Terminator.
own warrior back to go, and you don't get that. It's him until it goes. He's a problem child.
I like the use of her little voiceovers that we saw at the
I
end of
really
the first
like
one.
that,
They continue it through this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
And they're really well
Video
like read and
journal.
done. Yeah.
Here's my big question for you guys. If I said, look, I sent Kevin back 5 days ago to stop Tim from eating breakfast, right? And it almost works. Do I not just send another Kevin back to that same time to double up on stopping Tim from eating breakfast? Why would they send him
First
back
of all,
12
the
years
first
later?
Kevin would have gotten the job done.
Well, yes. Where the supposition is that the first Kevin got distracted
Sure.
by something shiny, walked off. We never saw that Kevin ever again. We didn't know where he
We
went.
smelled the McGriddles in the
Somebody
maker.
from a far off land screamed, "Help!
There we go.
I need
How
some
quick did
IKEA
it take,
furniture
huh?
built custom, and my fucking moonroof's not working."
He
in
was
my
walking
car."
up, but somebody's computer had like.
you're gonna jump in. I thought you were.
He came to you for help. You fucked
I was
up.
gonna say there was a computer with like a carpentry tutorial, and he was like, "Oh,
This is how you take together. Very
Take apart
relaxing.
a circuit board. I'm just saying, send another Terminator back at the same time. Get
Sure,
like,
yeah,
like
double
here,
up, double
how hard
up.
would it have been to be like, okay, well, you know what happened, so like, we'll just send it back like that time. So she's like, oh, I killed him finally, and the Terminator comes and just fuck, bah.
Or send the liquid one. To
Yeah.
that time. You know,
Yeah,
he would
maybe that
have
was,
liquid
like,
nitrogen
really
not as
effective.
accessible, I think,
Yeah,
back then.
yeah, crazy.
He's all bicycle being worked on, and his hair got caught in it.
I hate you.
he was walking up, but the roof of his car needed to be replaced."
Which car?
All three of them. It was like,
Only
I have
two of
this.
them have
We get through the
sunroofs.
credits, and guess what? We're back in LA, everybody. Present day, crackling
Hey,
lightning.
guys,
It's all
so much.
happening. Boom! It's Schwarzenegger. Arnold. He's back. He's the Terminator. He's back. This is when you get your cool effect.
So
It's
cool.
the
Half the fucking
fucking
truck is
coolest.
gone
Truck's
too.
gone, he's
And it's
gone.
like they have that cool, and it's almost cheesy because it's so old, but that like parts that were affected by it are still smoldering
Yeah,
orange.
they got that red,
Like they're
yeah.
glowing.
It
It's
looks
so
badass.
fucking
I didn't think it was
badass.
cheesy at all. It's so impressive and such a cool effect that
Yeah.
like that's something that I'm like upset is not more of a staple in time travel. You know?
Sure.
Well, the idea behind that is that it takes whatever matters there and swaps it, right? So that's why like it disappeared when he reappeared.
I just assumed that it
Oh,
melt. Like,
I thought. I thought it was.
melted
I thought it was a heat interaction. That,
I
yeah.
read somewhere in some stupid trivia that this might not even be canon, but that whatever it is, because he's standing on like a cylindrical thing that like pops him up, that it puts him there and like
Takes
in a
the-
ball and takes the matter that's there and puts it back in.
So
the
these
future.
other fuckers are just the
They
resistance.
have to like
is
watch out
standing
for
around.
fucking
It's like,
trucks and shit.
yeah, like fucking piece of asphalt.
Cement
and then-
everywhere.
God damn it!
There was another piece of trivia that also said that, and again, this is probably not canon, but they talked about the reason why they didn't send the liquid metal one back there was because it was like an experimental prototype.
Yeah, they
and
say that
didn't-
in the movie.
Did they? Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They didn't know how much it was gonna like fuck up the timeline, so they were like, let's send it back a
They
little
don't
bit
say
later.
that part. They just say that it's a prototype. What is going on over there, Andy? You
And
guys
he's getting attacked by the liquid
the
metal.
whole thing, like when you're
Oh, the
drinking
ice
when the
video thing?
ice is bunching up and you don't expect it,
Sure.
and the last second it just comes in.
Yeah. Totally.
Somebody spilled the drink. Must help them. That's Kevin.
Oh. But he did in the Schwarzenegger voice. So
Yeah,
didn't
it's
fully
weird.
I
understand.
imagine Kevin speaks in this Schwarzenegger voice when he time travels. Kevin?
Is that true? Kevin, can you come return from tonight?
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
The ground effect is cool. I
Yeah,
really
it was
like.
awesome.
I really love it.
Very cool, very cool.
He stands up. He's out there. Look, there's a biker bar. He stomps on over there, and he is a nudie, buddy. And we see it from his perspective as he comes in, big dong swinging around. You imagine everybody's like, whoa, whoa, and everybody's looking at him and freaking out. And it's
He
like,
walks
yeah.
in. He's
You don't
like,
have to imagine because, again, played for comedy, every woman he walks by treats him like they've never seen a dick that size before.
They,
You
Whoa.
see, we remember T1. Like that's an impressive dick.
yeah, they put it on there. It can be used as a weapon or for love.
But, they're all cool biker people.
both.
You know what I mean? They're tough biker broads and dudes. Anyways, he walks in, does the whole thing again, scan, finds the dude, walks over to the dude, give me your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. And they all fucking make fun of him and do
Yeah.
the thing. And I got a better idea. Puts the cigar out on him, right? And this is when they all realize they fucked up.
no
They put a
reaction.
fucking cigar on this guy's naked chest and he doesn't react. You're like, oh, we're about to die.
He literally just goes like
We're
this.
about to die.
And the guy that kudos to the actor that plays this because he plays it perfectly. He's like, "Fuck this guy," and about halfway through, he goes, "Oh shit! Oh no! I'm getting my
Then he
hand
gets
broken
tossed through a thing onto
onto
a
the grill.
Yeah.
So violent."
Is that the first one, or does he get tossed onto the? Yeah, whatever. I mean, that's an awesome scene when it happens. Yeah, he gets thrown back there. Everybody hits him with
Everybody's
pool cues.
getting thrown in grills. Like, there's so many grills around here.
Restaurants, grills.
dance on it. He beats up everybody out there. He walks in there, and the guy's like, "Here, man, just take it, man." And gives him like, "Yeah, fuck you, man." And then we cut away, and it's another. The lightning's ending now, right? It's already happened. A cop rolls up. He's like, "What the fuck's this?" There's another naked guy. Poof, he's stabbed. He's already dead. Now he's gonna
He
be
just cuts. It's hard
yeah,
cut.
exactly. Yeah, we know. I'm sorry. I'm filling in the gaps.
Yeah,
of
we
what's
don't want to
happening.
see him.
Because we don't know yet if he's a bad
it's
guy.
a
You know,
mystery.
he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Then it's time to introduce the John Connor, and so we go over to his house or whatever, right? And he's there with the guy from Salute Your Shorts, Buttnick, and he's gonna hug a tree, right? Because Ugg's gonna have him.
Does he remind you of Michael Jones, like a redheaded Michael Jones?
No, he reminds me of Buttnick.
Like just like a
Isn't
a
Michael
little
Jones
punk.
kind of redhead?
well, kind of yeah, but I
But
just
he's
like
more extreme. This
like
guy's
like Michael
scaled up
Jones
10.
can play a
Just a
really
regular person.
snot
Sure.
nosed like little fucker.
But right
Whoa.
now on Michael Jones's ID, does it say he's a redhead or does it say he's brown
Oh,
hair?
good question.
Can we
I
call
think
him?
it's brown hair.
He's not redhead.
He's not
There's
redhead.
hints of red.
Yeah, there's some hints.
You know,
of
it's
red.
like 10 o'clock their time right now.
Gia
don't
saw
think
Buttnick and was so upset thinking that it was John Connor. Because you see him first, but John Connor kind of like races into frame. And she's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
yeah, Buttnick
damn.
sucks, dude. Buttnick sucks. All right,
Here we
we're
go.
waiting for the call.
Here we are.
Hey, quick question. What it say on your ID?
not gonna
Hey, man,
like
tweet
this
me a picture
question.
of your license, please.
I don't think he likes anything.
Yeah.
He's really mad. He's a mad
Does that
kind
mean
of
he
guy.
likes everything?
I've never met anybody that's a redhead that likes talking about it.
Well, 'cause
Oh,
inherently
we
you're
don't
making
want to.
fun
I don't
of
want to
him.
jump to conclusions.
He's definitely not a redhead.
It's like you're blonde, but you won't admit it.
I
Does he
mean,
admit
it's,
that?
he is as redhead as I am blonde.
All right, he's gone. He'll call you back.
He will call me back. Don't worry about it. He's not my mom, Todd. Because we get there first, and it's first off the woman from Aliens. that
Love
you
it.
Like, yeah,
That's
yeah,
good,
of course.
which is so cool.
And she's got Todd, this jerk dad who likes wearing baseball shirts and watching sports and drinking beer.
That guy's always the asshole dad, by
Sure,
the
he
way.
does
Or the
so-
asshole boss or the asshole coworker.
Yeah,
Has he
yeah.
ever? He was like the asshole secretary of whatever in 24 season 2. Remember that guy?
I
He
don't
has,
remember
like-
that thing, but I remember him in a
He
suit being
spoke
an
at the
asshole.
asshole convention.
She's always just that shithead that's like, you're above, like, this is above your pay grade.
You're right. Fuck.
Isn't that crazy?
Was he Air Force One too? He was something like that.
Something like that. Like, he
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
asshole guy that fucking betrayed everyone in Air Force One or something like that.
I think he
probably.
was.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
fuck that.
Quick,
guy.
what were they assholes or like?
No,
did
they were
he-
just trying to be good parents.
But like, I feel like we
trying to
know
be
that
good
John
parents.
Connor sucks.
He's a prick, yeah. He's a
he
little
was
shithead.
right. I mean, like at some point, the Terminator, the T-1000 looks up
Yeah,
his
he's got a whole
record
bunch
and
of
he's
things.
got a
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
I feel like Janelle, which is the mom, I think that's her name, is trying to hold it down, but Todd's had enough.
I don't know, but the way they shot it and played it, like Todd just seemed like
They seem like dirtbags.
Yeah.
They seem like.
But
bad
like,
people.
but
I
like
didn't-
later,
I didn't get
like,
that,
he's just
yeah.
trying to fucking watch some sports.
But like
man.
later,
I
he's
definitely
like,
got
tell
it
that fucking
Todd's
dog
crossed
shut
the line
up.
a few times with John.
Todd's taking the belt out, and it's
Sexually.
inappropriate.
No.
That's what I read into it.
No,
That's what I read into it.
I don't think that
a lot of
that's
judgment there.
I don't know if they were
canon.
laying the
Judgment
foundation
Day.
for that.
Yeah.
So, anyways, his fucking room's dirty, and he's talking like, "Come on, John, listen to your. She's not my mother, Todd." And
Pays for your bills, she gets you food.
What I love about this scene and every subsequent scene is that every time we come back to them on the dirt bike, they're playing the intro of that Guns N' Roses song.
That's all they had.
Yeah.
They just had it over and over looped.
No, you know
over
what it
and over
was?
again.
They had like the 15-second sample where you would like listen on iTunes. Like, all right, well, give me 15 seconds of it. That's all they had,
Or
man.
before that, it was like, remember when you used to record shit off the radio and like midway through, like, you're listening to the 95.1. They're like, we got to cut that part out. Anyway, that song is fucking dope, by the way. You Could Be Mine, Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusions. Read a fucking book, everyone.
It's true. We jump over then to Pescadero Mental Institution, where it turns out Sarah Connor's been holed up. Dr. Silverman walking
Doing those
walking
subs.
people around. We're not there, you know. He's walking around. He's explaining to a whole bunch of students. He's got this lab rat over here.
Fadeaway dunks.
She fucking sucks. She's crazy.
Stab me in the knee.
2029. We got these robots and shit. She's got a
Is
whole.
this the same guy from the first one?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it
that's
is. Hell yeah, it is.
Never noticed that till this movie.
Oh man, no future spoilers, but you should watch T3.
No, it's
He's a
not canon
barista.
anymore.
He's a barista.
It's not canon anymore.
Still a
There's
movie
no
though.
point.
Still a movie.
No point in
It's
watching it.
fire sale too. They'll give it to you cheap now because it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Anyways, he's walking these clown people in. He's like, "Hey, look at the Terminator and all this shit," and he's acting like he doesn't know. You made your career on this, you fucking lying piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've written books. Don't act like you're remembering these facts. Like, oh, maybe I think she called it a Terminator. I think it was 2029. He's lucky I'm not fucking there as a Terminator. You know what I mean? Because I feel like
He is very lucky.
Mad.
Why would the Terminator make that face?
Because that's the injustice face. It's the injustice.
I played a little bit like a leprechaun just to
Yeah.
fuck with him. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because at that moment, what does that mean?
It means if you can travel back in time, maybe you could also produce a pot of gold.
Finally, I know how. Where would you put this play?
Is your example-
Terminator like
is
a
your-
leprechaun mean to Greg Miller?
Is it the
This
Simpsons
is all the
leprechaun?
faces I'm doing.
I can see his tongue at third time.
And this guy's like, shit, man. If Terminators are real, maybe leprechauns are real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could have a lot of fun with this if you had a little bit of sense of humor, Terminator.
You're 6'4".
So, I mean, like, stories get exaggerated all the time, right? Like, think about it. Think about it. You remember,
Yeah,
you
let's
remember
think
Paul
about it.
Bunyan, right? And his giant ox boy,
dumbass
right?
ox.
He wasn't that tall. He was probably, what, 5'7" for back in the day? But everybody looked up to him like, holy shit.
Everybody was
So now
4'8",
it's
yeah.
reversed. You know what I mean? He's like,
I would've
oh,
been a
fuck, in the
giant.
future, leprechauns are tall.
And they don't wear green at all.
And they're not Irish.
Anyways, they look in on Sarah. She's got her bed flipped around. She's doing sups. She's doing some big time supping over there.
Just pull it up.
Seeing
Some
those
pups.
guns as you're talking about, right?
She looked great.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Do you have facts on what she did for this at all?
She worked real hard.
She worked out with an Israeli
I
commando.
know it would have been 5.
Is this real?
no.
Is this a real fact?
Yeah, evidently she trained with like an Israeli commando
Yeah.
for a very, very long time. And I think Schwarzenegger gave her some tips also on how to like shred.
There was a ton of stuff I saw that none of it seemed too interesting. Like the most interesting I didn't even write it down was just that like she learned how to pick locks
Nice.
because she wanted it to look accurate.
Yeah.
Which apparently almost got her in trouble, right?
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, there was some group that was like, that's a really accurate way to pick a lock. Like,
Oh, neat.
yeah.
Anyway,
Alright,
she's
that's
doing
Damn,
that.
looks like Nick's got all the facts. over
Doc's
here.
Yeah,
in there and he
shit.
clicks on
His
the button like,
X-ray.
how you doing? She's like, I'm all right. How's your knee? And he's like, yeah, she stabbed me in the knee the other day, which doesn't line up in a second with the next part where she's trying to get out of jail, but doesn't matter. That happens, and we're like, okay, cool. Then we cut back over to fucking Salute Your Shorts boy and John Connor. They're there. They're using easy money. They're using the little fucking crazy ass ATM
Crazy
lockpick.
hackers.
Exactly,
Love it.
right?
So cool.
They're gonna get
Never
some
been cooler.
cash. They're gonna go to the Galleria. They're gonna have a hell of a time. You know
Who
what I mean?
taught you this? My mom.
Exactly.
I do want to say that,
so
like,
cool.
Here we go. Say what you gotta say.
I do want to say that this movie, like, I wish somebody, you know how you wanted people to go back to T1 and fix the stop motion part? I want them to go back and fix a lot of the sound design. I thought like a lot of the explosions and gunfire in the intro all sounded very, very archaic, like especially for a movie that looks the way it does. It looks really, really good and
This
really
is a motion
modern.
picture.
Yeah, and like a lot of the audio just sounded bad. But I will say that all of John Connor's ADR is so bad.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and
that's true, that's
but
true.
his is the only one that really stands out to me, and he's not a great actor.
No,
granted.
that's the
child.
But every
It's
one
true.
of every one of his lines like stands out so much. To
I
be
just
like,
feel like
he didn't say that right there.
You take I tell you this right now. You take out Eddie Furlong, you call up Macaulay Culkin. No fucking preparation whatsoever. He steps in and nails this role. Nails
Culk?
it. M. Culk.
I was talking to Nick a little bit about this. You're talking about the sound design. I feel like us watching the OG Star Wars movies and these so close together really makes it seem a lot worse, because it's like Star Wars sound effects are so freaking good that the sound effects in this do feel just like that's not what a laser should sound like.
Pedestrian.
Man.
Yeah,
Do some cool
like
shit.
especially during the intro when they're shooting lasers and they just don't really sound.
I'm gonna say this though.
very good.
The one
You
sound
watched this
effect
on
that
a
I
fucking
fucking
phone.
love.
Was it my
You
headphones?
did.
I
You
had
watched
really
it on
good
a phone,
headphones.
but your phone sucks.
headphones.
I will say this.
They got you, bro.
How good is your 3.5 millimeter jack?
I-
Gold plate, silver plate,
That was
copper plated?
Bluetooth.
He doesn't, yeah, he doesn't
Okay,
have that.
I don't think we need to listen any longer, ladies and
Yeah, what do
gentlemen.
you know, Tim just fucking
your
rolled
own
over in his
way on
grave.
that one.
I mean,
Rolled over in his
oh
grave.
man, there was so much snap, crackle, pop in this movie.
It's crazy. It's weird that they designed the sound to just cut out every 15 seconds.
I was wondering where Nick was gonna go.
I just went into Hudson. I just went into Hudson there a
Because
little
I was like,
bit
I don't know if
earlier.
Nick's ever used a Bluetooth device in his life.
I don't. I have to hardwire everything. I will say this though. I love the sound effects, the sound design when he comes out of the elevator later and starts shooting people with the gas gun. And it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You're talking way later.
Yeah, that's way later. I just fucking. I don't know what is so gratifying about that because he can't kill him, so he just starts. And there's like one guy that starts running. He's like, "Fuck!" And then you hear him go, "Oh, that hurt."
Yeah, I hated that. That was so
So
dumb.
funny.
Her gun sounds fucking dope. When she's shooting at miles through the window,
Oh, yes.
that gun sounds awesome.
Yeah, with the sniper. The sniper
It's like a
silence
silence
automatic.
kind of. Yeah,
Kevin, do they make more guns
Carmine.
like that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, guns are scary.
it's scary.
They don't actually sound like that, though.
Anyway, they
hacked
take out
the
a bunch
machine.
of money. They've hacked the thing. This is where we get the exposition of what's happened since Terminator 1, right? Yeah, he's like, yeah, my mom's a fucking psychopath. I learned all this from my mom. She's crazy. She's always talking about this. She's up in Pescadero. It sucks. Everything's horrible. And they're like, oh, man, okay. So then we get the I skipped this. I'm going to tell you right now. When T1000 took over, right? He looked in the cops. The first thing he did in the cop car was look at John Connor's information. That's how I got it good. We got
T1000,
caught.
lots, smart guy.
He's a very
You
smart
know?
guy. You know what I mean?
He's a smart guy.
Lucked out a bit. You know what I mean? Like copying the first thing that rolled up on him, right?
I feel like he would have gone for a cop eventually.
That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone trusts the cop, especially in LA
It's
around
true.
that time.
Exactly. It was
Yeah.
brilliant. Anyways, so John rides off. She's at Pescadero. She sucks. We jump back up to Pescadero. We got Sarah Connor there getting interviewed by Dr. Sybil, the doctor. And the doctor's all like, hey, man, so now you don't believe any of this? She's like, no, I don't believe any of this. You're like, didn't you just stab me in the fucking knee last week? Or weren't you just doing crazy-ass pull-ups in there? You seem like you're still kind of, I don't believe any of this. I've been working towards
That's why
a
it
goal.
didn't work.
And
That's
you
why he
told
was like,
me,
"You're not
I know,
ready."
right?
6 months
And
from
that's
now.
the thing. Shout out to the doctor. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We give him a
yeah.
bad rap, right?
Smart guy.
Exactly. Smart guy.
Went to a lot of college.
He did, I guess. Where'd he go?
MIT.
Wow, Jesus,
That's-
they
yeah.
do
For
a
therapy.
great. They do a great doctoral program over there.
Psychotherapy.
Wow,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
More of an
Massachusetts
engineering
Institute
school.
of Technology.
Modern intellectual.
Wow.
technology.
Anyways,
Therapy.
he's like, "Well, do you really? Come on!" And she's like, "No, I believe I was wrong. And you give me a goal. I want to see my. You said you transfer me to a minimum security wing. I get to see my son. Well, I don't know if I. You don't believe the Terminator?" Like, and then they pan back into the glass room. Like, what? And they got cameras. And they're eating pizza, watching all shit. And
Big cameras.
Big old-
Well, I mean,
it was
that
the 90s, man. They didn't have
Right?
anything.
And it's you told me that they covered it up, and she's like, why would anyone do that? So then we cut over to Cyberdyne Industries, where in fact there's a whole bunch of people, and they've covered this shit up, and they're all walking around. There's this
as
one
fuck.
kid. There's like fucking 3-dimensional models that Andy could model. It would be really cool on the computer screens. There's a guy with a sucker walking around. He walks over to one Miles Dyson. He's like, Mr. Dyson, they need you to come get the thing out.
Cool name, Miles Dyson.
Yeah.
Great
It's a great
name,
name.
right? You know what I mean? In our universe, he made the vacuum, which is great. You know what I
it
mean?
up,
Here's
suck
where
it
he
up.
did. That's it was a vacuum that
And the
came back in
fans.
time
The
that didn't
fans.
lose suction.
Yeah.
That's our curse. Airport fucking Dyson blades in there.
Yeah, the blades.
Yeah, that though, man. You give me a crowbar and fucking immunity for a week, I'll just travel the country.
The purge. The day you go straight to the airports, they got all the fucking Dyson
All
blades.
crime's legal. I'm like, fucking go to the airport. I'm fucking these things.
Tim's over there fucking killing someone, and you're just like, come here, fan.
Anyways, Cyberdyne's there. We got to check out the thing. Where'd the thing come from? Dyson's like, I asked once. They told me you don't want to ask. He's like, oh my god. Walk in there. Both turn the fucking keys. You know, this is cool. What do you got? It's the fucking hand. We got the hand. We got the chip in there. Everything's there. Oh my god. We got all the things.
We were talking about this a little bit earlier,
Yeah.
Off camera, but I love this movie, and I think what this movie does better than majority of any movie I've ever seen is every scene feels like it has a purpose that leads to the next one, but it doesn't feel like a convenient, like, well, why'd this happen? Oh, just so that can happen. It always feels like there is an overarching thing that they're building towards, and every single step is moving in a direction.
Yeah,
And
there's no
never
fat
weird-
on this movie
Yeah,
whatsoever.
no fat at all.
And that's the thing. This is a weird, when you think about it, this is a weird scene, right? Because we're at Sarah's interview, then we cut over to this, then we cut back to Sarah's interview, right? Like, but it's what you're saying of like, here's what, meanwhile, it's like a comic book, right? Of
Yeah.
like, this is what's happening over here. We come back over to Sarah's interview, right? And the guy's like, listen, I know you're fucking lying to me. You don't believe this. You just want to escape again.
Why the
and
fuck
she's like,
you
ah! She
lying?
flips it. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, I was right.
Wrong way to handle it.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Play
Because
it
like,
cool.
what's gonna happen? It's a bad marker on your thing. You're gonna still try to sneak out at night.
Exactly.
Is this
Should've
where
been
she
cool.
steals the paperclip? Or
No, that's later on when the cops show up. Because, so that's all happening. Then we're going to jump over to John's house where T-1000 shows up. And he's like, hey, there's John here. And they're like, oh my God, you're a fucking good-looking cop. You're really put together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got it going on.
Exactly. And he's like, I know. My Neil Patrick Harris is my son. And everyone's like, fuck, that's cool.
Nope, not even close.
Which part?
The Neil Patrick Harris part.
No, that's correct.
All right.
That's his dad?
T-1000 is... What's,
wow.
I mean, what's the T-1000's name?
Robert Patrick.
Harris?
Give me a search. I'm positive. I'll bet the farm on it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and,
I don't know.
And again, this is another scene.
Sorry you don't ever heard of a blended family, dude. You know what
I mean, maybe it's his stepdad.
2019,
They're roughly the same
am I
age,
right?
so that's gonna be really impressive.
This is another scene where just kind of the lead up to all of it, I feel like he's already coming off as kind of too evil, and I would have loved if he was
He
like,
kind of grins a little. He kind of goes,
No, but he's
That's
like,
why it's creepy.
but he's a cop, man.
He
I'm
was
with you,
so
though, Andy.
nice.
yeah, like he's already playing off
Thank
like,
you
oh,
for your
that's the villain,
cooperation.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's a little too.
Well, again, you have to remember. I think they went in going like, "Hey, we're gonna tell everyone that Schwarzenegger's the good
Yeah,
guy in
it
this
just.
one."
I just wish they didn't.
I wish he would have acted more like Homeboy in part one. I was like,
Mr. Reese.
your son is in danger, man. We need to find him. Like, and he's like worried and concerned.
Neil Patrick Harris is dead. Ron Harris. That's not the same guy. This guy is somebody's dad, right?
look up that actor.
Probably.
I mean, I'm sure
Parents shaking.
Robert Patrick might have kids. I don't know, but I'm willing to bet that Robert Patrick and Neil Patrick Harris are roughly the same age,
No, Neil
No.
Patrick Harris is younger.
No, because he was doing Doogie Howser around this time.
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
early '80s.
Is
This is
the-
'91, right?
Hold
No,
on.
not early, late 80s.
Let's
I was
see.
watching that
Neil
with
Neil
Sons,
Patrick Harris is 46.
Yeah. How
Now?
old is Robert Patrick?
46.
He's
Yeah.
60.
Oh, he's 60. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
totally
Okay,
wrong.
yeah.
So, okay.
Could be.
Well, I
his
mean,
kid.
don't get me wrong. We
Yeah.
both swung and missed on that one. I definitely had the bigger one. Since I've seen fucking Terminator 2, somebody said that guy's Doogie Howser's dad.
You just remember the shit.
No process.
That'd be amazing. It would explain why.
Shoved them together, forgot it. Put it into the memory banks and forgot it.
It would explain why Doogie Howser is so smart because the Terminator.
Well,
really
think
smart.
about that. Imagine me, the alternate reality. I'm on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? $1 million question. Who the fuck is Neil Patrick Harris's
I am
dad?
so-
And Regis is like,
I'm like, throw away the lifelines. We got
I got
this.
this.
T-1000. He's not even on the board.
yeah, Regis is like, are you sure? Are you sure?
I am so glad that Nick called it out because none of us would have.
Yeah, we would've- we were
the
all like,
comments
whoa.
would have fucking.
Whoa.
Like, what are you talking? Do some
But
research.
none of them would have known. They would have all had to
that
Google
was,
it.
It
yeah.
would have been better if the amount of comments were like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Jesus Christ. I love this fucking show. We can put out so many lies and misinformation. Ruin lives.
On to the next one. You know what I mean?
Then imagine this own universe where that happened. Fucking Wizard World 2020. Somebody walks up, gets the photo with fucking Neil Patrick Harris. Like, I'm also a big fan of your dad.
Ron Harris? My dad, Ron? My dad's an accountant. Did he do your taxes?
He's a CPA. Oh my god.
Oh my God, is T-1000's on the doorstep? Is he here? No. Is he in trouble? No. Do you have a current photo of him? They give him a really old photo of him. Good enough. Oh, that's a good looking boy. Weird thing to say.
Weird thing to say.
But he's a Terminator.
He's just trying to be a,
He's
you
just-
know,
yeah, he's
upstanding
just
cop.
being- friendly.
blend in, compliment,
Yeah.
compliment. You know what I mean?
Flirt with small child. That's what they do now.
And then they're like, oh yeah, and a guy in a biker jacket showed up earlier. Does he have anything to do with this? He's like, nah, I wouldn't worry about it. Pops it in.
Which is a weird thing, because you think you would have shown that scene. A guy with a biker jacket showed up earlier. Like that's the scene I would have wanted to see.
I kind of liked it because it was just like, oh, you know what I mean? It was like, oh,
Yeah. Oh,
you got
somebody's
the-
here already. I'm glad they didn't.
This is structurally just a little bit weird for me because I don't love movies that break a little bit of logic, and so we start here, but then also he's driving around Glendale. I think it's the Glendale Galleria in reality.
Galleria?
It's a pretty big city. And Schwarzenegger is just driving around over and over again on a motorcycle until he happens to look over and see a dirt bike in the fucking river, like the dried out ravine. And he's like, "Oh, that must be John." That's dumb.
I wonder
agree.
if there was any like information that John was like, "Hey, I used to like driving in the ravine at this time," you know?
No, because I think he drives in
This
that
was
to
my
get away
house?
from the other guy, right?
No, he was hanging out in
they
the
were
ravine.
just-
Oh,
they
they
were
go. That's
shooting
right, because they go.
around.
It's
So cool.
I have a geography with Nick question.
Sure.
How come those ravines are always empty? Like, what's the point of them?
It's
the
very
LA River,
dry.
Water reserves.
It's
right?
very dry. Yeah. It's the LA River.
Well,
They call it the LA River.
But there's just never a river.
Sometimes.
There's
No, like when it rains a lot.
Yeah.
When it rains, of course.
Is it not? Is not?
I think it goes into the
reservoirs?
reserve. Yeah, it goes in the reserve. So
Yeah.
I think it's overflow and goes into the reservoirs.
I've never seen a boat race. I've seen a lot of car races in those things.
I'll tell you what, man. You, next time it rains, you and me go down there, get some jet skis, ludicrous,
And
we'll go.
Oh shit.
Kevin can come.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll need someone to service the jet skis. Come on, you know you want to.
Anyways, back to the Terminator here. All right, yeah. So as we've already melded it all together, there we know Arnold's out there. He's driving around. He sees them riding their bikes around. He's like, "Oh, bike's cool." And then meanwhile, T-1000 is asking random people, "Have you seen this one? The Galleria?" Me and my friends made fun of that all the time. And I'm like, "All right, we're all going to the Galleria, Stonestown." We get to the Galleria. There's a cool ass arcade there. They're playing cool games. John Connor just fucking killing him, just destroying things in this game, right? Missile Command, because this is what he's been trained for his whole life. You know what I mean? His whole life, Tim. You don't get it.
I do get it.
I don't think you do, but okay.
They
you
set
say
it up
you
in the
do.
last movie
Whole
that
life,
she was going to
10
train him,
years.
Tim.
So they're there playing their games, great. You know, we see Arnold walk in with a thing downstairs. He's trying to blend in with everybody.
Roses.
Meanwhile, the fucking cop, he's up there. T-1000 walks in. He's like, "I've seen this guy," and Bud Nick's like, "Nah, I haven't seen this guy." And then he runs away.
Good on him.
I like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
yeah.
The first moment they get on the thing, I'm like,
That's-
that's cool, Greg and Ruben.
That's oh my god, yes,
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
the biggest cool
Which one's
Greg
Cool
move
Greg?
ever. Butnick.
John Connor.
Okay.
Oh.
But to me, it's like Cool Greg's like, I'm not snitching. Like,
Oh no, yeah, no,
Well,
totally.
that's it.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
who you're talking about.
If a cop asks Cool Greg anything, his reaction is perfect. No, man, I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah.
Easy.
If a cop asked Cool Greg anything, he broke his legs. Because I'll tell you, if Cool Greg smells a cop, he's out the window. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Cool
He's
Greg-
hopping like a
Watch
gazelle.
them disappear when cops come by. It's the best.
If there was a cop coming up right now, and there was like there's somebody on the back for some reason, he'd run in and go up the chimney. Like
I've had multiple times
The
where I'm
reverse
like,
Santa
where did
Claus, he
Cool Greg
calls
go?
he'd reverse Santa Claus it. That's right. All right. Anyways, so now it's happening. John, there's a cop looking for you. Oh my god.
Just split, man. Just split.
Yeah, exactly. So John runs back and like he runs into the anal
You
glands of the
can't go
mall.
back there.
And then then the Butnick tries to slow him down. He's like, "I saw that kid," and he just gets shoved. He's like, "Whoa!" I'm like, "Yeah, that's fucking out now." And so he runs in there, and John's running down the thing, and T-1000's coming, and then the door flies open, and it's Arnold
So
Schwarzenegger
fucking
with a
cool.
box of roses, and it's fucking rad.
And as he takes it out, you hear the roses drop, and then
What a
as he walks
shot.
over, just
Giant
that sound
boots.
design's great. That crunch.
All of this, all of this sequence is so badass because it's scary as hell.
Yep.
And I love putting myself in the mindset of somebody who maybe doesn't know that Terminator is the bad guy.
Yeah.
And like just discovering what that would have been like to see Terminator and then get down. Like, oh, it's so
Get down.
fucking badass.
But also,
dude.
like, and you see it, and that's one of the good scenes with Eddie Furlong, where he's just like, he's running and he sees him, he's like, fuck, and the reality of like,
Mom was right.
Mom
This
was
is real.
right, and where do I go? And then he goes, get down. And Robert Patrick plays it so well, just that like fucking like crazy jerk
Yeah.
back, and you see the liquid metal kind of start to come back in.
Such a
no
cool
wait.
effect.
So you're saying that he saw Terminator and was like, "That's a Terminator"?
Yeah, I got that feeling too.
Oh, really? I didn't get that.
Because he stops and he doesn't
think
know,
if
he
your
doesn't
mom
run toward him.
described this giant Austrian dude with sunglasses
And
like, I
leather
think-
jacket.
Big dick.
Okay, I just assumed that he thought it was like
you
another
shot?
cop. I thought like, oh, they're
man,
cornering
you-
in on me. You know,
You don't know
sort of
cops
thing.
well, man. They don't dress like that.
Undercover.
Yeah, I guess he really
Even
doesn't.
the
other one's
undercover
a
handbook's
Terminator.
like, "Don't dress like Terminator."
Whoa.
Well, either way, whoever he knows, like he plays that great, and then we get that great scene. Where
Guy
he's
gets blown
just
away too.
bam.
The guy with the Pepsi can.
Yeah, because he's got the
Deservedly so. Drinking a Pepsi. Am I right? Cool. Am I
Fucking
Tim?
A, man.
Huh?
Yeah, thanks,
He
buddy.
did have a Pepsi. Fuck him.
Yeah, exactly. He had it
Ah,
coming.
man.
So
Gone
then
too soon.
they shoot. They shoot for a while. Then he grabs Eddie, turns around. He gets shot in the back a bunch. Ting, 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 ting. Great noise. Great sound
Yeah,
there too,
great.
right? Of the metal getting hit. He pushes him to Eddie Furlong down. And then they start wrestling and fighting. They go into the store,
throwing each other through walls. It's so good.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then Schwarzenegger gets thrown through the plate glass window and goes down. Everybody gathers around, starts taking photos. Hey man, you all right? Meanwhile, John Connor's like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
Yeah,
he runs
Smart
down.
kid.
He jumps on his dirt bike. He can't get. Come on. Finally gets it to
Scary
start.
scene.
But then boom, T1000's down there and he just fucking starts running. And he's a fucking runner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
But like,
great.
also, there was
Tom
another thing
Cruise
that popped up that talked about how he had to like train for this because he had to train without looking like it was hard to
Strenuous,
run.
yeah.
Which, if I had to run 5 feet at that pace, I would be so out of breath.
Hey, I need you to run as fast as a motorcycle. But
Yeah.
Don't
Don't
make
look like
you
it,
can.
and don't breathe, and just stare at it when you lose it. Like it's awesome. He's so good.
They chose the perfect actor for
He's
it.
great.
Yeah, he's
where
great.
he just has this like
Sleek
stone
look.
cold killer look.
This was
Passed on to
this
his
was
son?
parodied in Wayne's World, right?
Yes,
The
he pulls him
running?
over and he's like, "Have you seen this man?"
Yeah,
this boy?
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, "Whoa!" Yeah.
But then does he run after them?
I don't think. No, I think he just kind of looks over
Because
at him.
I knew of the reference of him running. Like me and my brother would always like recreate it, like when we'd be in the car and like my brother would like
With
run
this.
after us in the vehicle
Kind
or
of,
whatever.
yeah.
So I knew like, oh, that's from Terminator. I just wasn't sure if like Wayne's World had brought up that reference or whatever.
Anyways, John takes off on his bike. Terminator T1000's like, oh, I gotta wait. He steals a car here, right? I don't fucking remember.
the T1000.
Does he steal the truck here?
Yeah.
He steals the truck here. He steals the big rig and goes after John. Arnold gets on his motorcycle. He comes down. He's trying to keep up. This is where they go back in the LA River. John's going. T1000's chasing him in the truck. Eventually, goes under the low bridge. And you're like, oh, you got him. We didn't get him. And he pushes the fucking windshield out of the way. You're like, fuck yeah. Meanwhile, Schwarzenegger's going on top. He's doing the fucking awesome circular shot.
blowing the fucking locks
Locks
apart.
right off the thing. Like, boom, boom,
That's so
boom,
cool.
right through it, right?
Dope.
I don't know if these are the facts you're looking for. I'll need it from you. But when he jumps down, there's a bunch of different jumps here. I remember being a kid and watching this movie a ton. And when he went and came down and being like, man, that is so clearly a stunt double.
It was.
Have they gone back and yes, I know that. Have they gone back and touched these up with computers? Because now I think it looks great.
Oh my!
No, he
No,
actually.
I thought it looked like a stunt double.
His stunt
now.
double-
I must remember it being so fucking terrible then because I was like, that looks way
No,
better than-
nowadays, like rewatching it now, it's like every scene is so not even close to
Yeah.
the actors. Like
Just
it's-
that one jump, I was like, did they fucking?
Oh, no,
pace
there's
that?
Most
I
of the
remember
cuts in
that
this
one.
don't look anything
Okay,
like
cool.
a lot of the shots, like, especially with Eddie, with Furlong and Schwarzenegger on the motorcycle, like, and then it cuts to the stunt doubles. You're like, they look nothing. Wow, this looks. We need to like deep fake this shit.
Because there's a lot
right
of weird
now.
stuff. So it's stunt doubles, but a lot of it is practical stunts. Like a lot of the stuff they did actually they were doing.
Yeah.
One thing here is they actually flew the helicopter under the overpass in the final chase scene.
Oh, it's cool.
The
that's
camera
cool
crew
as fuck.
refused to film the shot because of the high risk involved. James Cameron was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it myself."
Wow.
They did it with the help of a camera car driver.
That's
some
rad.
Tom Cruise shit right there.
If I'm not mistaken,
like some
it was
James
his
Cameron
stunt double,
shit, too.
but he wore an Arnold Schwarzenegger mask. That's
just
why
remember-
if you
I thought
look at it,
was
his
just
face
it's
is
funny how
really
bad that
weird.
looked in my recollection.
Watch, pause it on it, and you'll see that it looks like a dude wearing a Schwarzenegger mask. In it.
I-
It's very. I love that part, by the way, too.
when
Like
he
when he
presses
pops up, it's almost comical after the hood comes off, and then he just smacks the windshield, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
it's so cool. I love this.
really
scene.
freaky. Yeah.
Here we go.
You can hear guns and you can hear the GNR rocking right now. Like yeah, this
Like
whole,
as he
Yeah, no,
lands,
you're right.
you
It
see what I'm
looked different
saying?
on my. Looked different the other night.
Yeah.
But I was probably drunk.
I mean, but done practically, right? Like they did do wire work on this. They actually drove that fucking Harley off that embankment. That's so cool.
yeah, God, I remember. It does look bad. Yeah, I remember it looking way worse as a kid, though. Doesn't matter. Also, but worth pointing out, this is as far as I could ever get in the Game Boy game as a kid. Doesn't matter.
Hard game.
Huh?
Hard game.
It is a hard game. Need to play it again someday. They sent one of you best friends sent it a long time ago, and it sat over there unplayed forever. I digress. Terminator rolls over there. There's a little bit of swerving. He rolls over there, grabs John, puts him on his bike. Then there's
Which
more.
is another awesome scene.
Right, right.
Because they're both on bikes.
Well, because at this point the truck's like hitting his bike,
Yeah.
and he's trying to cut around it, and finally like just floors it, and as the bike's about to roll under, he just grabs his back and like picks him up like that, similar to when he picks up a little baby.
Yeah.
Later, and kind of looks at it, he just picks him up and puts him down, and the clack, clack, bam,
so cool,
blows
man.
one of the fucking tires out of the truck.
Smashes into the middle part of the bridge or whatever.
Yeah.
And then did they
Boom,
shoot again?
boom,
or no, it's
kapow.
just the thing goes.
Yeah, the battery,
Boom,
blows
blows it up,
lights
right?
it up.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
great.
Movie's good, huh?
It's really good.
But what's so cool is there's a moment, right, where he stops and he looks back with the gun for a second. and then because he sees movement, and it's a tire that comes
Yeah.
out
Yeah,
rolling,
yeah.
and then he puts it back in, and he goes, "Wah," and just floors it out, and then we see the Terminator like,
T-1000 come out all fucking liquid metal, turn into the T-1000. He's like,
fuck, that was so
I'll
cool.
get you next time, motherfucker.
I'm
You know
also
what I
so
mean?
impressed that he just like easily found a spot to put that shotgun into the motorcycle. Like I would have been like, where should I tie this down?
That's
Like
why
when
you
he,
couldn't be a Terminator.
I know I wasn't
You
born for
figure
it.
it's also like he did a couple things, right? Like, where did he get the roses from? So he stopped. Like, can you imagine? He had to stop
prep
off
work.
at a florist to get the roses.
Kill the
Do
florist.
they not have florists at malls?
I'm sure, but
I
at
feel
some
like-
point,
yeah.
at some point, someone had to interact with him. Like, that's gonna be $5.50. So
Did
he's
his
like, I'm
box
going to
fit
pay
a
them.
shotgun?
Yeah. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, that's good.
He's like,
"Ah,
we're looking for the box that fits in. I was like, take whatever
Take
the
the
fuck
fucking
you
box,
want,
man.
We also glossed over it earlier, but like the scene where he gets the shotgun from the dude, where,
Oh,
where the
yeah,
dude
yeah.
is, yeah, it comes out and
That's
he's like, "You're not taking his bike," and he just walks in there
And just snatches
like,
it
"Oh,
from him,
never mind,
takes the
I'll
guy's
see you later."
sunglasses out. Zas, doom, doom. That was a great part. That scene is cheesy, but that part where he just walks right up and takes 1 second and just goes, bah!
Yeah, I just wish. I
Snaps
mean,
it right out
I'm
of his
glad.
hand.
I'm fine with all of that. Just if the
Just the
music
music
just
was
stayed
so bad.
scary
I
and
liked
like
it.
really
I know it's
freaky,
dumb.
then I would have been
I
like, wow,
know.
he still is the villain, Andy. Somehow, he's not gonna turn
against
good.
all odds. He's still the villain. Crazy. So now Terminator and John are on the run. They ride around. Finally, John catches his breath. He's like, all right, time out, time out. They pull over. He's like, what the fuck is going on? This is what's happening. I'm a Terminator. Blah blah blah.
You're a Terminator, right? Correct.
Yeah. This is the whole scene where he grabs John and won't let him go. At one point, John's punching, screaming, and the guy comes over, and then John lets him go. Or he lets John go. John falls down. Why'd you do that? You told me to. John puts it all together that I sent you back in time, so I get to control you. He's like, fuck these guys up. These poor fucking bastards.
These guys, you ruin their night and like their next few weeks.
They're
They're trying
They
to
have
help
to work
man.
out, bro.
They're just trying to help you.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just, what a little piece of shit
Does-
Kitty
yeah.
is again,
Did
proving
he
that
call
he's
his step parents first or no?
No, we haven't called her yet. We haven't called them yet.
I believe that's the next.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Once we understand this, it's him in the booth of like, wow, Todd and Janelle suck. I think Todd might have touched me. He says that. That's canon. And he's like, I'll call. They still deserve to
Does he
die.
say that?
I want to call. I mean, I think it was under his breath. He said it more with his eyes to prove my point.
Okay. The subtitle popped up. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say. I thought the reason why he wanted to go. I thought he called him, and then the reason why he wanted to bounce
His
is
mom.
because he's like, I gotta go to my mom.
Yeah, it doesn't even
'Cause once
fucking
they
matter.
die, it doesn't matter.
So yeah, he calls there. Janelle answers the phone. She's being weird, too nice. Some
Too
would
nice,
say.
something's weird. He's like, give me the
making
phone.
dinner, too nice. Yeah.
What's your
love
dog's
this.
name?
Yeah.
And what is
Max
it?
or
Max.
whatever.
He's like,
I'm like,
what's wrong with
Wolfie?
Wolfie?
Yeah.
Which is a great callback
Yeah,
from.
it's
yeah.
actually
I-
his dog.
The voiceovers
James
they
Cameron's
do
song.
in these moments, so good.
Yeah, they look convincing.
They look
creepy.
They're so creepy.
What's
and they're
that
so
fucking
convincing.
dog talking about?
I also
Janelle
love
switches
that
on
you just
her
hear the
phones.
psh, and it, like even the camera kind of shakes a little bit. And you're like, what did they do?
Yeah.
And then when it reveals, you're like, oh my god, that's
That
some fucked up
reveal,
shit.
like I don't know how old I was when I first watched this, but like to this day, like scares me.
Really scary.
It's so fucked up and gross.
While Arnold Schwarzenegger and Robert Patrick share several scenes together, they never exchange a single line of dialogue face to face. The only instant scene where dialogue is spoken between the two is when the T-800 tells the frozen T-1000, "Hasta la vista, baby," which the T-1000 could not hear. They do, however, exchange words over the phone, with the T-800 speaking in John's voice and the T-1000 speaking in Janelle's.
I mean, we
Neat.
don't know that the T-1000 couldn't hear, right? I mean, you know what I mean?
He might have been
That's
like,
speculatory at best.
Adios. You know.
I'm not your baby.
Such a badass. I mean, this whole scene is so cool. Like it's
That's
so well crafted.
right.
I love immediately like, oh, something's up here. Something's wrong. What the fuck? Like she's being a little too nice. I just love the way it's all crafted.
And
It's
that
so badass.
pan over to the poor man who died enjoying his milk.
I love the one-upping of the last movie's kind of parents killing scene.
Yeah.
You know,
The
it's
big
like,
bear
we're going to
cabin scene
add
or
a new
whatever it was.
twist to this. It's getting even more fucked up. It's cool.
So yeah, then of course it's like, we gotta go save mom. That's no, we're not gonna do that. You're right. This is how it went down. That all happens. I can order you around. I ordered you. We have to go save mom. I'm
Stand on
ordering
one
to save
foot.
Mom.
Put your foot down.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that
That was
part.
great. Yeah, yeah. When the guy showed, yeah, yeah.
But he is a little prick. Kevin, you're right.
Yeah,
you're
that
like,
was right.
Yeah.
Because these guys were coming to help him.
Yeah.
Because he was shouting
Call
for help.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
So of course Terminator's like, well, T-1000 is gonna think of that too. But this is a stupid plan. Let's fucking go, kid. We cut back over to the mental institution.
Before we do that, he goes to kill one of the guys, and John stops him.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he goes, "What the?" He's like, "Get the fuck out of here, guys!" He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm going to kill him." He's like, "You can't kill me." He was like, "I'm a Terminator. That's what I do."
These
It's
are-
like,
these are
They
exact
don't call me
lines.
They
These
don't
are
call me
exact
a hugger. A
He's
hugger.
alone now.
They don't call
I don't know.
him.
Hugginator
You
is
just
the best
can't go
that you
around
had,
killing
huh?
people. Why? You just can't. Okay.
But I do love like when he pulls out that gun, he like cocks it first before he kills the guy. Just like, cha, cha, like and he's like, "What the fuck, dude?" We were just like, we're hanging, we're fucking with these guys.
Back at the hospital, the cops have shown up and started asking questions of one Sarah Connor. They have photos from 1984. They have photos taken from the mall today. What are we gonna do? This is trouble. She's catatonic now, of course. Because as Dr. Silverman knows, you can't trust this woman. He's like, sorry, guys. He keeps that, but he doesn't understand. Like I'd be like, don't trust her. All right, keep it. She's like the Joker. Over
But
him.
also, like, that was the guy that was like in charge of the situation when 17 cops got killed in their precinct. It's just weird that he's like, same dude. Okay,
I would be like this.
At that point, I feel like he should be like,
Maybe there's something to this
time traveling
travel.
robots. Time traveling robots.
I mean, he just thinks it's an assassin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a guy that's who knows? It's only been like 5 years, 6 years, 20 years, right? Who knows? You guys,
I think it's
right?
been like
15 years.
12?
Because John Connor's the
Is he
whole
supposed
life.
to be 10?
Is he 10?
Yeah, when the
yeah.
thing comes up, it says he's 10.
10 years old. If that were me as the doctor, I'd be like, interesting, guys. Hold that thought. I'll be right back. Never come back.
Yeah, I'm
Never.
Let's look at that. That guy killed 30 cops. For
Next
Christ's
scene,
sake.
I'm just on an airplane.
While Silverman sees them out, Sarah grabs the paper clip. I mean, like I was watching. You got this one orderly. Man,
guy.
like,
Horrible
you can-
scene. Another
it's
one
like
that
if you
scarred me
put
as a
all
child.
these people up, I'm like, that's the rapist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That
I can
guy's
tell
gonna
that
abuse
guy
someone.
Is the guy.
Yep.
Is he Zola from Captain America?
No,
The
he is
liquor
not.
guy?
No, he is not.
No?
No, he is
No.
not. No. And I'd
Who
prefer-
is he?
Who's Zola?
This dude, the liquor guy. I swear to God, he looks way too familiar. For
I'm sure he's
just
been in other
being this
stuff.
guy.
I don't recognize him.
He's got red hair like Michael Jones. You're probably thinking of him.
Shit, okay.
He walks Sarah back and straps her down to her bed. Then he licks her face. It's all gross.
What's the
whatever.
movie with the little kid with the red head who's like he's a little fucker?
Problem Child.
Annie.
Literally Problem
There
Child.
we go.
Good movie.
The Bad to the Bone is in
He's
the
a
trailer.
bad kid.
John
Some
Ritter's
even
like, I
worse
just wanted
parents.
a child. What's it to be a problem child?
They made like 15 of those movies too.
What did he ever do after that?
John Ritter?
No, I know. Rest in peace. Come on, man.
R.I.P.
But Problem Child. Barrett, give me a Google search on Problem Child. Find
John
out the
Ritter-
actor, and then find out what he looks like today, and if he is Michael Jones.
Didn't John Ritter do like a show called "Don't Fuck My Teenage Daughter" or something like that?
7 simple rules for dating my teenage daughter.
Yeah,
He
okay.
died on that. That's very nice.
I mean, that had to be one of the rules, right?
Michael Oliver is the actor from Problem Child. He did
Not much, looks
not
like.
much.
He's
And
still
it
alive?
seems like he changed his name to Michael Jones.
Lawsuit with Universal Pictures after completion of Problem Child 2. They sued his mother, extorting.
Wow, that's a dark.
Damn, this kid went down a fucking dark road, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, no, the Supreme Court wasn't. All right. And then Sarah
Oh,
spits
his
out the
birthday's
thing.
coming up. You see that? October 10th or belated? Happy belated,
Happy
Michael
birthday,
Oliver.
Michael Jones.
Oliver.
Spits it out.
movie's The Problem
He's
Child.
working on. She's working on getting out of their cuffs or whatever. My son needs me. We know that. On the outside of it, John and Terminator show up. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator.
Yeah.
And the guy comes out. He's like, visiting hour. Or he already said, don't kill anybody here.
Yeah.
It's
He's like,
visiting
hold on.
hours.
Swear you won't kill anyone. I swear I will not kill anyone.
Visiting hours, boom, boom, shoots him in the leg twice.
Fucking kneecaps.
Smashes through the thing, opens the thing, and turns around. He's like, he'll live. I got such a laugh in the theater. I remember watching this.
I'd have been like, let's pull it back for a second. Maybe don't like paralyze people for life. Also, like maybe let's just
It's
like
so
knock
great
people
that
out.
It's such a great like glimpse into how the Terminator like processes, right?
Yeah.
Of, like, cool,
Yeah.
I won't kill anybody, but I'm
Yeah.
not gonna like leave them in good spots either.
How crazy is it they made him lovable? Like, how weird is this? The Terminator. It's
Not
like,
only
what
do
a
they,
guy.
Not only do they make him lovable, they actually successfully make him into like a surrogate dad.
Yeah,
which
it's
is crazy.
fucking weird, man. What a movie.
He's basically like the Hulk. Like the basic kind of mind that's very, very binary, right? It's
Yeah,
either
yeah.
like
Smash her.
he's fine,
Smash
yeah.
her.
Like, it's
Right
very
before that
interesting.
Terminator showed up, right? Actually, the T-1000
Right.
showed
Oh,
up.
God.
He got in because he's a cop or whatever, and so they let him in, and then he got in there, and then they were
you
they
just
finishing
missed
up
them,
the
right?
tour. Yeah, yeah. And then they're finishing up the tour. He walks over to see Sarah Connor. Oh, you're here with your friends, ladies and gentlemen. And she looks over there. Oh, here they are. And
He's
she looks back,
gone.
and he's gone.
Where is he?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll
So
never know because it's time for the ad.
Yeah, that was good. Okay.
Yeah.
That was
I mean, we will though. After
We'll have to find out later. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of Kinda Funny in Review is brought to you by HoneyBook. If you run your own business, you're used to doing it all. But if you're struggling to get through your to-do list, HoneyBook can help. When you started your business, did you dream about all those admin tasks like drafting proposals and contracts? Nick and Craig, did we? No. Do we
No,
like
we
doing
don't.
that at all?
No.
My friend Darren started his own business, and he's been using HoneyBook. He really likes it a lot. It helps you kind of just do a lot of the admin stuff that nobody really wants to do.
Nobody wants to do that.
HoneyBook is an online business management tool that organizes your client communications, bookings, contracts, invoices, all in one place. HoneyBook makes it simple to run your business better. Professional templates, e-signatures, built-in automation keeps everything on track and makes you look good. They can consolidate services you already use, like QuickBooks, Google Suite, Excel, MailChimp, Gmail, all the stuff. We should probably get on this, guys.
Yeah, probably.
You can save time and do more of what you love with HoneyBook. Right now, HoneyBook is offering you guys 50% off when you visit honeybook.com/morning. Payment is flexible, and this promotion applies whether you pay monthly or annually. You can go to honeybook.com/morning for 50% off your first year. That's honeybook.com/morning. Also, shout out to Hims. 66% of men start to lose their hair by age 35. And once you notice thinning hair, it can be too late. It's a good thing that both Andy and Nick realized soon enough. They've been working on this, and how's that been working out?
Fantastic,
Love it.
Tim. Love it.
How easy was it?
Very, very easy. Take a couple pictures on your phone, upload them to the website, get a response fairly quickly. Like I'd say within a business day, maybe. I don't know. What does the copy say?
I don't know exactly what
It
that
was
is.
super fast. And they're like, yeah, here's what we recommend. Take this, blah, blah, blah. They send you the thing. It's great.
Was there an awkward doctor visit?
No, God, no. You just had
Wow.
to read an email. It was awesome.
Was there snake oil pills or gas station counter supplements?
There were no snakes. I hate them.
Wow. Were there prescription solutions backed by science?
Yes.
Wow. What
Yes,
a deal.
Tim. Actually, yes.
My listeners can get started with Hims Complete Hair Kit for just $5 today, right now while supplies last. See website for full details and safety information. This could cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy somewhere else. Go to forhims.com/KFMS. That's FORHIMS.com/KFMS. Forhims.com/KFMS. And finally, shout out to Upstart. As most of us have found out the hard way, getting into debt, it's easy. Getting out,
Hard.
there we go. Especially if your credit score isn't great. Thankfully now there's Upstart.com, the revolutionary lending platform that knows you're more than just your credit score and offers smarter interest rates to help you pay off high interest credit card debt. Greg, could this have helped you back in the day?
It could have, as everyone knows, when I moved to San Francisco, I took out a loan, and it was not a good rate. This would have been better to have this rate.
Upstart goes beyond the traditional credit score.
Men came after my kneecaps.
Lots of people have free mortgages these days.
They actually reward you based on your education and job history in the form of a smarter interest rate. Upstart believes you're more than just your credit score. They believe in you, and they understand that. They make it fast, simple, and easy to check your rate in just a few minutes. And the best part is once the loan's approved and accepted, most people get their funds the very next business day. Free yourself from the burden of high-interest credit card debt and get on this, baby. See why Upstart's ranked #1 in their category with over 300 businesses on Trustpilot. And hurry to upstart.com/morning to find out how low your Upstart rate is. Checking your rate only takes a few minutes and won't affect your credit. That's upstart.com/morning. UPSTART.com/morning.
You looked at me for that easy line, and I was like, I have no idea what's
Yeah.
happening.
Whenever there's the 3 ads that I have to do, I always get lightheaded. Like I
out
always
of breath.
You
I
read it
always
really
get
well.
worried about like halfway through the third one where I'm just like, am I just gonna faint right now?
I've been there, man. I've been there.
It's also super hot right now.
Yeah, why is the faint only on Tim? Why does he get this privilege?
He's the host.
It's because Nick's eyes.
Tie
dry
goes to the
out.
runner.
It does. It dries my eyes and mouth out.
Get an air conditioner, you son of a bitch.
We tried that, didn't work. Remember?
We're doing it again.
Where? So did they make it? Are the
figure it out.
Terminators alive?
Oh,
I don't
Terminators
remember
are alive.
what the segue was because Andy just did it.
Oh yeah. Oh, what did the guy turn? What did T1000 turn into? He turned into the floor, of course.
Yeah.
We're just gonna
Checkered
combine
floor.
it all right.
So cool.
then Eddie walks over.
I
and he's
like
like,
the
I'm gonna
floor
get a
stuff.
cup of coffee.
Weird.
You didn't like the floor stuff?
No.
Alex
I thought,
Mack.
I thought the effect looked
First,
weird and like
you didn't think it looked good?
no.
I thought it was a cool looking effect.
But it's not,
Like
I'm
the
not
floor
hating on the
reshaping?
effect. Like
Yeah.
I didn't like that, but I just thought it was a weird choice to make him the floor. Like I feel like with the rules,
Alex
they've
Mack-
What
set
else
up
can he
what
be?
does,
Another person? That wouldn't make any sense.
I don't know. There's just something about it being the
He
floor.
was
that's
thinking
lame.
fast and he figured it out.
I wish he was just a water cooler. You know?
What if he went like? What if he went like this? The guy goes up to get water, and he's like, Why are there 2 water coolers? You know what I mean? It's
Boom,
like-
metal in
It's
his
like, I don't know,
eye.
I guess I
Metal.
would have appreciated like if he was like a mirror on the wall or something. Like if it was something that looked more like what he looks
that would have
like.
taken
Why would he
14
fucking-
years
why-
to render.
why-
It's liquid.
You
You're
think,
right.
you think these 2 people in the hospital are going to be like, why is there a fucking
the fuck
Victorian
put a mirror up here?
Wait. No. He should have been the coffee coming out of the fucking thing.
Too
Yes,
many
no, he
moving
has to be-
parts, too
Puts
many
the
moving
cup
parts.
up and
No, the
just
thing about the
liquid
floor is
metal.
that remember he has to be the same size,
Yeah.
roughly,
Yeah.
like square footage.
A coffee's coming out.
so much.
Oh God, there's so much
This is
coffee.
a venti.
Help me, Deborah. Anyways, he goes over there. Eddie does. He gets a full house. He's like, oh man, full house. It's your lucky day. And he turns around and it's not his lucky day. It's him. But he's him. So how'd this happen? True story. Remember, these are twin actors. This isn't some kind of computer thing. These were twin actors. I remember.
Not the only set of twins in this.
His boobs.
No, I'm being serious. Linda Hamilton has a twin sister, and that's when they used her for some of the scenes in this.
No way.
No way.
Yeah, remember at the
really?
end where
Yeah,
she
when-
comes up and she's like, "Move out of the way." The other actress
Yeah.
that's in front, that she's behind, is her twin sister.
Holy shit.
And the twin is actually also the one where she does the flashback where she's lifting John up and like has the hair.
Wow.
They used her twin because her arms weren't as jacked.
Also,
as hers.
T1000, Neil Patrick Harris's dad.
The baby should have done it. Is a newborn Neil Patrick. So yeah, Eddie gets stabbed in the fucking eye. He's climbed out. His body's dragged away. Terminator and John are infiltrating at this point. Sarah's gotten out of her room. She went to
my God.
the rapey guard who's like, "Where is this?" And he looks in the coat closet and there's like,
just gets
or
the
the
shit beat out
the
of him.
maintenance closet and finds a broken in half
Where's
mop.
the rest of this mop stick? Oh shit!
It's upside your fucking head, rapist. And so she throws him in there and locks him down. Then she's on the run. She holds it all cool. She
Yeah.
holds the club all
Oh,
like,
so
around.
badass.
Just like a
Yeah.
little skip move.
And so
Yeah.
it's all happening. There's many planes of action going on. She's running through, right? And she's got the stick, and she runs up on the guards. She's like, "Gah, right?
Fucks him up.
Knocks Silverman down, and then grabs the syringe and shoves it in the
Dude.
thing. Gets the drain on. What are you gonna do? She's gonna shove it in your fucking
What the
fucking
fuck?
aorta.
Real quick,
Not aorta.
those twins,
Jugular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dawn and Dan.
Yeah, they weren't too creative on that one, were they? Mom
Daniel
Dad?
and Daniel.
I love that you started with
It's,
the fake name.
Yeah, Daniel, huh? Well, what about Daniel?
You're
What about
like,
the
oh,
other
I
one?
gotta
don't
figure
know,
out
maybe
a
Daniel?
name because I already said Daniel.
Yeah.
You started with Daniel.
Well, you can't do Donald and Danald. That doesn't make any sense.
Donald and Ronald.
That's true.
Anyways, she stabs it in Silverman's neck, and she's gonna use him as a hostage to get out. And you're not gonna make it far.
So did he
sir.
get poisoned? Or
Yeah, 100%.
Because he was like acting all fucking
Well, yeah, he
loopy.
did. Yeah, but he
A
didn't.
little bit of the
adrenaline.
drain. You gotta figure the little bit of the adrenaline was on the tip of that thing when it went into
That
it,
would,
right?
yeah.
even a little bit, I'm
That'd make
sure
it
would
a
have killed
little-
him, right?
Well, I mean, it would have made it really like not in a good
He looks
place.
terrible, yeah, by the end, even and then he sees other horrors. So I mean,
When,
whatever.
when Homeboy comes out of the shadows to like take it, like there's not a chance that her finger didn't fucking
Give him a little-
like
That
yeah.
was a ballsy move.
Yeah.
Especially for, like, it didn't seem like he knew exactly what he was trying to out to, you
He
know?
took her out the knees too, which I was like, that's fucked up. Like, didn't he? Oh no, that was the
No,
other
he
guy.
grabs it first, right?
That's
He
right.
pulls
That's
it
right.
out, yeah.
I think again when she's running on the hall, someone like clotheslines her or something.
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
fucks
yeah,
her
yeah,
up.
yeah.
So they got Sarah pinned down. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, whatever's going." No, that's actually. I'm sorry. So all that happened. She breaks away. She has the keys now. She's running. She's shutting doors. She locks it. She breaks the lock.
Snaps it
off.
off.
Smart
Very
move,
smart.
Sarah. Very
Yeah.
smart movie. She keeps running. She turns the corner. She gets to the elevator. The elevator doors open. And who is it? The
Slow-mo.
Terminator.
No.
And she
governor of
yeah, this is where
California.
she starts running back, or she already wasn't.
She,
like,
like, no,
she
she, like,
saw him
slides.
slides.
She, like,
Then she
slides.
does the no screaming. Great acting. Turns
Oh
and
my
runs
God.
back to the people she hates the most. You know what I
Right,
mean?
Yeah.
right.
And they all take her down and hack, and she's like, yeah, kill us
This is when the
all.
guy, when she runs, but she's looking back, and the guy just like lowers levels, perfect college wrestling fucking takedown, just blasts her knees.
Yeah.
And that poor whoever the stunt woman was goes like doubles over. I have to imagine got hurt during this.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was fucked up.
And so yeah, Terminator and John come running around the corner. Terminator starts throwing people off her, right? Just
He
fucking them
fucking
up.
takes a dude's face and just plants it into the fucking dude. Violent scene.
Yeah.
He takes the woman, the female sheriff's
yeah.
officer, who
pushes
for whatever
her
reason had a
face.
broken arm, which I thought was going to come into
I
it.
think there was a scene that got cut probably of
Probably
Sarah
if
breaking
Sarah
her
like
arm
breaking
at
her
some
arm.
point.
Just takes her and just hurls her face down the hallway.
Yeah.
Dude, it was the second one, the guy that get tossed in the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the window had bars
Yeah,
on it.
it's not nice, dude.
Damn.
Again, these guys aren't dead, but they're gonna wish they're dead after this.
And so yeah, this is when
Gives
John's
the
able to
line.
caught up, get on top of her, and like, Mom, it's me, it's okay, or whatever.
No, before that though,
This is
he
come with me if
he
you wanna
fucks
live.
everyone and then goes, "Come with me if you want to live."
The
which
Kyle
is
Reese
just like,
line.
what
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck?
exactly.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then John shows up right after line to explain what's going on, but at this point it's too late. T-1000's there. He's coming through with the gun he got from somebody else earlier, which was a great thing too because he walked in with no gun in his holster, of course, because it all got lost. And I was like, oh, that's a good move. That's attention to detail. Even though your clip would have a moving part, doesn't matter. He walks through and does the classic gets caught there. We get to see Silverman like drop the thing out of his mouth from the syringe because he's finally seeing that all this shit that Sarah's been saying is true and it's fucked up.
Because he sees him melt through the bars.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
What
Yeah,
an iconic
Yeah.
Love that
goddamn
part.
scene.
Right.
So good.
But I think the coolest thing is that Sarah Connor has only been describing a giant hulking of a man. She hasn't described a liquid person.
No.
'Cause she hasn't seen that shit.
Yeah, she doesn't know what
So
the
this
fuck
is like
that
a whole
is.
new thing for him to be like, oh my god, like there's a giant, really strong guy who's
just
killing
fucked everybody up,
platoons of people, and then this fucking melty guy is coming. This is crazy.
Again,
right now.
next thing for me, on a plane. Gotta go. Not deal with any of this shit ever again. I don't want to be questioned about this. I don't want to be like anyone to know that I had anything to do with this.
Yeah.
I'm gone. Capes are wiped. I'm on a plane.
Terminator shoots him here. Is that what happens? I don't remember. They run and get in the elevator. I know. Team 1000 can't do it. I don't know why I thought the elevator would be a good.
Well, he
escape
starts shooting him to try to slow him down, and the elevator doors close.
Yeah.
And he does the thing where he puts the knife through,
Yeah.
and then opens it
so
up,
scary.
and then he goes bang, just canoes his fucking
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
Like, doors close. He hops on top of the thing and then starts blading down.
Yeah,
into the
and that's
things.
when Sarah takes the gun off Schwarzenegger, starts shooting
Fuck
up there
him.
too.
He realizes like I don't know what the fuck's going on, but this guy's here to save me. Takes it out of his gun belt and just starts emptying clips into the ceiling.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
good.
she gets
Until
stabbed in the
stabbed.
shoulder. Yeah, she goes down. John's there to protect her a bit. They run. They get in a car. They take off or whatever.
And then the Terminator does the thing where he melts through the fucking hole and
Yeah.
reforms himself and starts running after him.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah,
That's
so
where he
he's
does
running.
the hook hand.
Yeah, hook
Yeah,
hands. Hook
exactly.
hands.
He's running up on the
Blade
car.
hands.
He jumps and does the hook hands. He's coming up.
They had the balls to do it.
They blast him off though. They get him off. He does one of the things
Wait,
where he's
wait,
hanging on by
wait, wait,
one,
wait,
shoot
wait.
the other thing, and then John reaches out, grabs the little thing, throws it back at him or whatever.
I like
right?
that sound effect, the sound design
Oh, yeah,
of him
the
going.
ding, ding,
beep,
ding.
You
beep,
can hear
beep,
the
beep,
like
beep,
like they
metal.
just threw a crowbar at
Yeah,
down the road
exactly,
or something.
Exactly,
So cool.
exactly.
Really cool.
And so he
effect.
looks at them while they speed off. In the car, Sarah's like, "You're stupid for coming after me. It was stupid."
Yeah.
John cries.
He's trying to save you.
Is this where he doesn't ask him why he cries here, but he,
No, I
he
think
definitely he says something about him crying though, right?
Something he's like, "What's wrong with your eyes?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
what
it.
he
Thank
says,
you very
yeah.
much.
He's like,
"Nothing, man."
fucking, and like, and this is another part. Where I'm like, I'm crying. We talked in the next scene. You're gonna tell us how you have detailed like specs on the anatomy of human beings because it makes you a better killer. Did they just not include why we cry? Because you seem really confused about this. You've mastered time travel, but you don't know why human beings cry.
But
Well, maybe they
it would be
didn't.
emotions, and like they don't understand that, right?
Yeah.
It's just a word that's like, all right, that's why.
Like
does
the
it
brain
mean?
does certain shit, but we don't really give a fuck about that because we don't
I'm gonna just
understand.
kill you.
Yeah.
Good point.
Are we coming up on the scene where he describes all of it in detail? Like,
Yeah,
he's
in
driving.
the garage, isn't it? Or is it during while he drives?
I thought they were
you're right.
driving.
Sarah catches up here.
When he's describing everything that happened and the events and the dates and at 2:14 a.m.
yeah.
I love all of this, dude. This is like the coolest exposition
It's great.
ever, man. It's so well told and it just sort of paints a picture of like
It's the perfect
all
amount of
this
detail,
happened,
like
yeah.
getting the date and time and stuff. You're like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
Like, they remember this. And
yeah,
they
because
will
she's like, "Tell
forever."
me everything."
Yeah.
yeah,
fucking cool.
At whatever time Skynet went online and at whatever
They're
time
trying to pull the plug. It's too late. Yeah,
it's so badass.
They launch
dude.
an attack on the Russians. Knowing the Russians would respond.
It's horrifying. It's scary and like
they are friends now.
it's awesome. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Then they go to, like you alluded to and mentioned, they go to a garage where they all start fixing up. They're pulling the. He starts by giving her stitches or whatever. I have detailed files on human anatomy. Make you a better killer, right? Right. Then they pull the things out of him. Are you going to heal? As you mentioned before.
Right.
Yeah, I'll heal because whatever.
It'll be fine. And then we get a fucking awesome effect. I don't know how the hell they did this, but she like looks over at him as he's standing there at night.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then it just goes night to day real quick, and he's standing
He
in the
hasn't
exact
moved at
phase.
all.
I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
so
That
fucking
was
cool.
really cool.
That was a
Yeah.
great
It's
shot.
like they didn't need to do that. Like that's a setup. That took a long time to probably film that one shot. There was effects involved, like lighting rigs and shit outside probably, but it's so cool.
My
It's
immediate thought
one
was like,
second.
how did they do that?
I have no idea. Like
You don't think it was just lights to simulate daytime?
my guess is they had lights
Yeah.
outside and they just flipped the switch and it all
Yeah.
went real quick.
Yeah.
But there's like shit moving in the background and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a really cool.
It's
a
a
really
really
cool
cool
effect.
effect.
It was a great job with seeing zero movement with
Yeah.
Arnold. Like maybe they just I don't know I have no idea. I don't even want to try to break down.
There's also a great moment, by the way, when they pull in, where he rips up the garage, and then as the car's pulling him, he grabs John Connor, like moves him aside, and he goes, "Hey man, watch it, lug nuts," or something like that.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
fun little
yeah.
endearing moment between those two.
Then it's off to Uncle Enrique's. We show up in a dusty depot somewhere, right? Where I assume we're in Mexico, right?
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't forget if I ever specified.
Before that, though, are we getting the thing where he's like, as they're driving, he's like, "You gotta just like chill out, man. You can learn stuff, right?" He's like, "Correct. I'm a learning machine. The more I spend time with you, the more I understand how Spanish works." And then he's like, "You gotta just tell people like if they're coming at you, man, you can be like, chill out, bro. Chill out, bro.
He said like affirmative or something.
Yeah,
affirmative.
affirmative.
Don't be
you
such a
can't say
loser.
affirmative.
And it's so much harsh and you're mellow or whatever the fuck. You gotta say,
You really wanna shine it on.
Hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista, baby. He's like, we'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Yeah, exactly.
He nails it. Though,
They
yeah.
show up at Enrique's though, and there's a standoff. And gets a pretty jumpy Connor, and like, Enrique.
Why does he
we're so
wanna?
happy." Yeah.
Why does it always have to be like that? You know what I mean? Why can't they just be like, we're here.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
shoot
We could have
me.
easily shot each other.
Yeah,
right
we
there.
could have
You
just
know who
fucking
I
go.
was,
There's
you know
a
what I
baby
mean?
over there.
Yeah.
You know?
I really thought that like Terminator would have shot them.
Oh, he
sure
would have
they
killed
did.
him.
I'm
The
sure
moment
they
where he
would've-
like pulls out his gun as soon as everyone else
Terminator
does,
would've shot
He's
his
just so
hand.
ready to go.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
remember, he's got the no kill order.
Yeah.
No, but shot his hand.
Kneecap him.
Won't kill him. Just get the gun.
Shoot him
Shot
in
his
the dick.
teeth, you know. Everybody hates that.
Didn't kill him. Just killed his teeth.
Gingivitis.
He has no brain anymore.
Then the whole family comes out. This is when Terminator picks up the baby and looks
love
at the
it.
baby, and we're like, all right, cool. We're gonna hang out here for a while and party. And it's basically we're gonna get ready for the mission to come kind of thing. And she's like, I need this, that, and the other. And he's like, well, man, why don't you take everything else? Well, and he's got a one car, and she's like, I'm serious, Enrique. He's got the one car, but it's all fucked up. But Terminator work on it. He's a machine. Machines understand machines. Great.
We do get a dope part where he grabs the chains and
Yeah,
pulls
that's
the
awesome.
giant metal door
You guys
apart.
are the
The guy's
weapons
like,
detail.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then he goes down and picks up the minigun
Gatling, yeah.
and has that great moment where he just looks over and smiles.
And Nick,
you're like,
this is one for you that you're gonna really like
Love
if you
it.
didn't know already.
give it to me.
The minigun used in the film was the same minigun that
Shut
was used in
The
Predator.
fuck up.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is amazing. This movie's number one. Goodbye.
I didn't.
That part, by the way, is awesome.
It was awesome. It was really really cool. But him smiling was like, I like
He's
it.
practicing.
He's
He's
learning.
practicing.
Okay.
Okay,
Just
just
learning computer.
forget everything you know. He's practicing.
Forget
Okay.
everything you know.
But like
Except
also
about
like
the learning
like
computer
I don't know. Does
He's
he pretend to
the
shit and
Remember
like
the learning,
smile?
but forget it.
Like when
He's
do
trying
I
to blend
smile?
It's a thin line, but it played for me.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
played
Yeah, I
for
liked
me.
it too.
And what didn't play for me is the next scene where they're underneath the car, and you can tell. I think I read somewhere that this is one of the first scenes they filmed. He does not nail the character in this because they're
John
talking.
or-
John's talking to him, and there's one point where John's like, "So you know a lot about cars?" He's like, "Yeah, I do." Like Terminator's like does not speak like you know. Yep. Oh wait. Sure do. It's pretty bad.
What you want to know?
He's like, sure. What's up?
Ding dong.
Yeah, but I think this is where they have the "Why do you cry?"
Yeah, this
line
is
and
the
all that
heart to
stuff.
heart, and he's explaining to Terminator because he's got somebody to talk to finally, right? That he can confide all his secrets in.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure
mom,
do, ding dong.
Mom jumping around.
Watch the scene. He's just like,
Having a
this
bunch
is
of
the part where he's
morons.
like, "Yep." And you're like, what? What did you just say? Oh, I mean, informative.
Yeah, how he hopped around, person to person, all these different men who could teach him to be a strong leader.
That was such a good like little narrative piece.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get a lot out of it, right? And then we also get it from Sarah's perspective as she watches him and the Terminator become closer to high five.
I love it.
Too
She's
slow.
She's like, finally,
He's the
there's
perfect
someone.
father figure.
He'll never leave. He'll never hurt John. He'll always be there. He'll never like leave him. I thought that was so cool. As she's carving fucking no fate into
We don't know
into
that
the
yet.
picnic table.
She's carving. That's
She's
all we
carving
know,
it.
right?
Looking with. I mean, like also
The coolest
her look
glasses.
changes. Fucking rad, dude. In the military gear, but like
Oh,
you got
yeah.
him. Gotta show him. Guns out. Fucking
Dude.
suns out. Guns out.
Yeah.
Hat. Dope
Design was
glasses.
Oreo cookie
fantastic on
glasses,
that.
yeah.
Those
So
glasses
fucking
are
cool.
so cool.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
those.
Yeah. So yeah, she has all this, and she's like, you know what? I'm pretty tired. Knocks right out on the kitchen. She carved for a long time. It takes it out of you. She takes a nappy nap right there. And what does she envision? Of course, Judgment Day, right? She's walking up to. She described this dream. You didn't think you'd see it, but here we are seeing it. She walks up. It's a park in L.A. She walks to the chain link fence. She sees young version. It turns out to be her twin, and just like Neil Patrick Harris, out there playing with John Connor, and then she's like banging and screaming, and like the twin's kind of like, wow. And then what happens? Bling, fucking nuclear Armageddon out there, right? Everybody turns to ash. They get blown away.
And I like the waves of coming. So the first wave is fire, but she's still screaming through it, and then the next wave just blows her apart, but her skeleton's still
Yeah,
there.
hell yeah.
The only thing
Iconic.
that doesn't look good in this scene though is when the wave blows over the traffic, and it's obviously scale models. That's
and
unfortunate.
It's toys just
Yeah.
kind of like falling over it. Yeah,
It's
but
like,
this,
yeah.
it's made up for with the skeleton. Though.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
And Sarah startles awake, and she's like, "Holy shit!" And it's like, no fate, but no fate's written on the table. Oh fuck! Oh my god! I gotta fucking do this. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like I gotta fucking kill Miles Dyson because again, we already talked about in the car all
Right,
the
Miles
stuff. they're
Dyson
doing.
is responsible. Kill Dyson.
Who's responsible? Miles Dyson's the most directly is responsible. Not 100%, but it's
like,
his
let's
research.
kill him.
He explains all this stuff. And so, yeah, then it's like, okay, cool. And then she just gets in a fucking car and motors away. And John's like, Mom! And like, what's going on? I don't know. She's running, and then they go over to the table and says, "No fate." And she's like, "No fate," or he's like, "No fate." Dyson, she's gonna kill Dyson. And he's like, "Logically, that would get the fucking car, Terminator."
I probably shouldn't have told her that. That was a dumb idea. I'm sorry. By the way, we missed the scene where, as the T-1000's walking back, the bike cop pulls up and he's like, "Hey,
That's a nice bike.
nice bike."
Yeah.
That's fucking
That's
so
nice.
Guy's
creepy.
dead.
Yeah, totally.
His family
But
is
now
like, where'd he
T-1000
go?
will wear a helmet.
Yeah,
So that's helpful.
Smart.
You know, it's one thing. This thing with a lot of motorcycles.
Safety
not
first.
a lot of helmets in this. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Who do you want to be
California
like,
state law.
kids? Fucking Terminator, annoying ass Budnick, or you want to be like the fucking cool cop over here, killing people, stabbing people, wearing a helmet? Save your brain, stab a person.
There you go.
Don't stab anyone. Please.
Anyways, let's cut over to Miles Dyson's house. They're getting ready for bed. They're all wearing their shoes in the house. That's not cool, but no big deal. They're all running around their expensive house here, and they're driving an RC car.
A lot of white carpet in this house
I know,
for,
let's just-
for the amount of
let's
shoes that you're
let's
wearing
just
in this
wear our
house.
fucking shoes
The
around here.
amount of
You know what I mean?
shoes.
Like very modern, very stark.
You sir have
sterile
7
house.
shoes on right now.
Like, why are you wearing 4 shoes?
So yeah, Danny's driving his car around. Dad's working late, and then we see boing, a little laser coming up on the back. Or like, oh my god, she's gonna kill Dyson. Yeah. Danny runs his thing into his dad's foot, and he leans on to get it, and like immediately he's like, "Fuck, we're getting shot at. I'm just a computer man." And so he drops down, runs by his desk, all shooting, and then she Miles, and he's like, "Get out!"
You think the little kid was sent back from the future to redirect where the car was going so it could, like in
100%.
Harry Potter?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Remember when
That
they
was-
go back to Hagrid's?
Yeah.
little
Patronus
thing?
was the Rock.
in the rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rock,
I remember
yeah,
this.
really
I bet you that
cool
little
stuff.
kid actually a T-1000 that had been reprogrammed.
Gang. Anyways, Sarah runs out of bullets, even though she just fucking lit this place up with her crazy ass machine gun sniper rifle.
And it sounds so badass.
So cool.
The sound design here is
And so
awesome.
she's like, "Fuck it, I'll have to do it myself," even though I also did this part. And she starts running up on the house, and then it's like, "Oh god!" And like Miles starts running or whatever, and then he gets up and she just fucking plugs him one in the shoulder. He's like, "Oh!" And he goes down or whatever, and then she runs up on him and she's got it drawn. He's like, "It's all on you! You fucking killed everybody!" And he's like, "What are you fucking talking about? I got shot in the shoulder."
We just had pizza.
And then Danny runs in and, "Don't hurt my Danny!" And Sarah, of course, just can't do it. She sees John and Danny and can't do it, even though she probably should have. These are the tough decisions we all need to make in this time.
That wouldn't have stopped it. It would have been someone else's name.
Well, as we all learned again in Terminator 3, Judgment Day can't be prevented; it can just be delayed.
Stop the feature.
Anyways, so that happened, and then Terminator and John Connor run in like,
Yeah.
wow, and he's like, whoa,
And
yeah.
what I love about this though is that she breaks down. Right.
Yeah.
So what's great about the character is that it's got so much fucking depth. It's not just she's not just this one note. I'm a badass for badass sake.
yeah.
She's like I'm psychologically fucking scarred.
Yeah,
I've
she's
been through so
broken.
much shit that I'm tough, but this is hard. This is not an easy situation we're in. And she cries in John's arms at that point. And it's
Yeah.
so fucking good. It's so good.
Yeah. And so in the car ride over, John and Terminator came up with the idea how they'd handle the situation, diffuse it perfectly because they're perfect people. Yeah. And so John's like, "All right, Danny, come with me. Show me your room." And he's like, "You fucking people just came in, sort of shit. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but okay."
As soon as he did that, I was like, if I was the mom, I'd be like, "No, you're not going with this. What is going on?"
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah, but
fuck
they
no.
have a lot to deal with right
The
now. you know
next
what I mean?
scene though is so intense. That little kid would have been scarred.
Yeah,
for
that
life.
kid's
I mean,
scarred.
like,
I
right,
mean,
he's already
yeah.
scarred.
He saw his dad
But,
get
like,
shot.
This is the kind of shit that like changes you.
Yeah.
Also, maybe like the news the next day that your dad exploded would probably
Sure.
scar you for life.
Yeah,
also.
I guess the
But you
kids-
didn't have to see it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Also, and I'm trying to run through as I prep this because I've never thought about it before. An argument that they might be dead.
What?
An argument that Danny and the mom
Oh,
would be
because
dead.
the T-1000 goes to the house.
goes to the house.
You
Where'd
gotta
they put him?
imagine. You
They
gotta
put him
imagine.
somewhere,
It
though,
was
right?
like leave, get out.
Go anywhere
Yeah.
but
The
here.
This
T-1000.
thing's
Because
coming.
one of the things was like the T-1000. Like that's a plan he
He
can
has the
make
same
too.
files.
Yeah,
He's got
yeah,
the
yeah.
same.
They had to have done that
Uh,
because by the time he got there, they had already like wiped everything out and everything was burning and they were burning files
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
trash
yeah.
can and shit.
Sure.
The
I don't think they would have left them there.
Just they would have hung out.
Yeah.
S'mores.
when the Terminator
Cuts open his arm.
starts cutting open his hand.
like,
Shout out to the acting
Yeah.
of the two people that
Yeah,
just like
yeah, the
freaking out
Dysons.
because that's some.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it
was
turns
really
it.
horrifying shit. No.
There
Tell me
had to
what
be
you
an
know.
easier way to show
But
them.
this is the
Doesn't
dopest
affect
way.
him.
Can we have the
Doesn't affect
dopest way to show it?
It's true.
Do you think that he put his skin back on
No.
afterwards?
I assume so.
I know he was
No,
wearing a
'cause he was
black
a glove,
He was
yeah.
wearing a
But it looks perfect.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, but I get
I always
the-
thought it was just the robot.
I
Do
just
we
thought
really
like
never see the robot hand again?
I just was
I
like
don't think so.
No, yeah, it's gloved the entire way until it gets.
so
But
just-
it's heels. You know,
I
he
guess,
slipped
yeah.
it back on.
He just puts it back on like a
He looks all
dishwashing glove.
Frankenstein for
Sure,
a while.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Smells a little
he's
funky.
not planning
Take.
long term.
Yeah.
It'll take. It'll
Still a
take.
dope scene. Also, I want this on the record. This was the final card I needed to collect for my Terminator 2 trading card set, and it was a big deal when I found Matt Noel, I believe, on the St. Petronell playground had it,
Shout out
and
to
I
Matt.
gave him like all my doubles to get it. 'Cause then
Wow.
I had my
All of
complete
them?
Set. Yeah. What did I need the doubles for anymore? Like, the set was complete.
Collect the set.
Backos.
Yeah.
You still have that set?
Oh yeah, Dad. I'm sure Dad still has it. Yeah,
I'll
like,
do
very
it
cool.
myself.
You call him?
He's asleep by now. Yeah, so then we sit everybody down. We explain everything to it. He's been patched up. Bye, Tim. And it's just like, yeah, you know, and Sarah has a great monologue over it, right? Of like, for finding out, like, you know, the billions of deaths that were going to be on him. He took it pretty well. He's like, I think I'm going to be sick.
Yeah.
And so then there's a whole conversation about like, we can stop. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to work. I'll quit. And they're like, that's not enough.
not
Your
gonna be
research
enough.
should be continued. We need to destroy everything. He's like, all right, we'll burn everything here, but the real shit's over there. And he's like, we can do it like Monday.
He's
And
like,
they're
I knew
now.
you fucking covered it up and all that shit.
Yeah,
They're like, not the
exactly,
time. He's like, not the time, Mom.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like,
Yeah,
Whoa, all right, Mom.
I forget what he says, but his phrase is great.
Well, remember,
there.
yeah, because it's when she starts. This is just like you to be.
Oh, he's like,
men. Always
he's like,
destroying. You know,
let's
like,
try to
really
keep this like
create.
more positively constructive or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's
it's really
exactly.
fucking funny.
But it's decided they have to go to Cyberdyne right now and get this and do this. And there's a whole bunch of different shit, but they'll be able to do it because they're everybody. You know what I mean? They're Terminator, they're the team or whatever.
I do like him saying like, you know, these chips furthered our.
Oh yeah. Things
Yeah.
we never thought.
Yeah,
I mean, he's like
exactly.
excited, but then he has to temper it because
really
like
cool.
I now realize that
Real
it's going to
bad.
be the end of the world. So
Yeah.
that's not cool. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Miles Dyson, good dude. We don't say it
Yeah,
enough.
great dude.
We don't say
Great
enough in
dude.
this show.
Took the ultimate
Miles Dyson, good
sacrifice,
dude.
you know?
Exactly.
Let's put. You know what? Should we put him in as a Patreon producer next month?
I agree.
No.
I agree. Edit Tim's
Dyson.
notes. No, not the vacuum.
No.
guy. He fucking sucks.
Yeah, that guy
Again,
sucks.
purge. That's what I'm doing,
Killing that
and
guy.
I'm gonna wear a shirt that says "That's what I'm doing."
Yeah, I'm killing. I'm killing.
That's what I'm doing, or I'm killing Dyson.
Just white
That's what
letters
I'm
on.
doing.
Okay, first off, remember, I'm not killing Dyson. I'm going to the airports and knocking down the Dyson
Oh,
vacuum.
I got a feeling like I feel like it switched midway through
no,
there.
no, I'm not.
I
I'm
thought
not
it-
going
I
to
would
kill.
count
But here's the thing: if you don't kill him, there's gonna be more Dyson machines.
Well, no, the technology's already there. It's more of a statement on me. But I do
okay.
like the shirt says "That's what I'm
That's
doing."
what I'm gonna. That's what I'm doing.
That's what I'm doing.
And like the other criminals see it. Like, what are you doing? Why are you listen to the podcast? An hour and 20 minutes into Terminator 2 in review. I told everybody I'm not here to kill you. I just want to fuck up the fucking air
Blades.
guards.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's go to Cyberdyne, right? They go there. They're driving up and infiltrating. I'm just going to put it here. We already mentioned it. T-1000 shows up. And, well, it doesn't happen. I'm getting this out of the way. T-1000 hears about the shit going on at Cyberdyne. That's how he knows when he's at Dyson's house. He
On
goes
the
over.
radio, yeah.
Anyways, back over to Cyberdyne Industries, right? Miles Dyson shows up. He's like, I got these people with me. Uncle Bob, all these people, they want to come fucking see where I work. He's like, you know the rules. And they're like, fuck it. They pull the guns out. This poor security guard, he didn't see it
He
coming.
just
you know
shits his
what I mean?
pants. He's like,
Yeah,
I've
totally.
never had to deal with this before.
Yeah, exactly, right. So they fucking tie him up in the bathroom. It turns out a very weird way. You know what I mean? There's a lot of ways to tie people
Was
up.
it kinda sexual?
Yeah, it
face
was
down
definitely
in front of a
sexual.
A little
urinal.
dirty.
I'd be like, if you know
Was it
me.
urinal or toilet?
It was
A
a
urinal.
urinal.
Put a bullet in my
If you
head.
walk me into the fucking bathroom and you're like, Greg Miller, we're gonna duct tape you face. I'm like, please just shoot me.
Yeah.
Trust me, my life's over regardless of how the next 20 minutes play out.
One conversation and like the whole ending would have panned out totally different. Because if they had been like, hey, are there any other guards on duty?
Yeah.
They could have solved it.
Yeah.
They could have been like, radio him
They
here.
weren't thinking.
Yeah.
You're right.
They were
Instead,
in a rush.
It was a fast. They got T1000. They know is gonna eventually show up.
Or you put a bullet in the guy's head, put a hat on him, weekend at Bernie's.
Great call.
Weekend at
Yeah,
Bernie's.
you're always so quiet today, Stan. All right, you want a coffee?
Blood everywhere.
Okay, don't worry about it.
Also, it's just too like I guess. Yeah, whatever. We're overthinking.
Alright, so they go upstairs,
Because
they
again,
unlock
it
the
could just
things.
be like, I'm a fucking robot. Like stuff's
Yeah, but
happening.
what the guy downstairs is like, what the fuck are you talking
And,
about?
but again, robot fucking Gucci. I'm gonna be like, you know what?
But here's the thing: he hasn't seen the
I know,
original.
but again, Gucci, I'm a fucking robot. You take out the gun, bam, shoot myself in the head.
I
right?
don't think you guys gave enough credence to my weekend at Bernie
Go
idea.
to suicide way too quick, man.
No, the Terminator does that.
Oh,
Ping pong, and
got
he's
it.
like, I'm a fucking robot. Like, shit, dude. I don't understand exactly what's going on, but Mr. Dyson, you've
But I
always been
trust
cool
you.
to me.
Yeah.
Well, I'll come up with you. You want to see? You never seen the fucking hand and chip? Come on up.
I'll turn the other key.
Cool. What's that? Yeah, exactly.
That'd be a great scene. He keeps cutting back. The guy's like, I'm not convinced.
He's saying a stapler, like stapling his hand.
I don't know, man. I've seen Jackass. Lots of people can.
T1000 liquidizes through
They
the
go
bottom of the door.
upstairs, They're gonna start making their moves. They're gonna start doing their things, and it's like already. It's in like 2 seconds. It's one elevator ride. It's pretty much already over. They get through like one door with security clearance before the other security guard comes in. He's like, God damn it, whatever your name is, and he goes, oh fuck, you're in the Greg Miller's fourth greatest fear. Runs back and hits the goddamn
It'd be
button.
a great topic one day.
Yeah. Guys, I got bad news. My fourth greatest fear came true.
I was at Cyberdyne Industries.
I lay face down in urine while I was duct taped to a urine.
Oh man.
Anyways, they hit the silent alarm. Everything's triggered. Everything starts getting locked out. Like, oh, fuck, how are we going to do all this stuff? John's got his fucking easy money thing. They're running around doing stuff. They're breaking in and getting keys.
Setting up bombs and
yeah, they're
whatnot,
setting up
yeah.
bombs, doing all this shit. There's a whole bunch of moving action.
The
they
easy
go
money
into
thing
the-
kind of like, I wasn't.
foreshadowing.
I just wasn't really
set
cool.
up, dude.
I wasn't really cool on that. Yeah.
Is this where they put on the gas mask, go into the room? Terminator goes
Not-
in there, gets the gas mask.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It was
Because
locked,
because it.
the silent alarm.
Yeah, the silent alarm locks
Yeah.
it and everything goes hell. Yeah, you're right.
They're trying to get into the door.
It keeps going like that. Like, we don't have a key, but it's like, I got one.
God, what a good
Love it.
sound.
No, let me try mine.
Yeah,
That's cool.
So cool. I love that he's got the bandolier of just the fucking
Yeah.
grenades the whole
Hell yeah.
time. So cool.
Dyson and John go and get it, and he's like, "All right, to get it out," and they smash it on the ground. He's like,
Yeah, that's a
that's
funny
funny.
scene,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
good. That's good.
Now, again, this is where my 39-year-old anal retentiveness comes into play. He takes the arm, puts it in the JanSport. Greg, what does he do next with the little chip? Puts it in
Puts in his pocket.
top pocket. How'd that stay in there? They twirl around, they're tumbling around, people get throwing out fucking windows, and there's no button on his
Alec
pocket.
Baldwin's bumping into people.
Fat and sweaty, bumping into people. Ah. Why is there comedic relief in this movie? It's the part.
And then all the cops come.
yeah,
Cop come
Such a good scene.
all the cops show up. Right,
The
They're-
helicopter comes out.
Yeah.
So he's
yeah.
like, okay, get in there, do the thing. He's like, hold on, I'll stop him.
I won't kill
What does he
anyone.
do? He's
No
like, I'm not gonna
killing
kill anyone. How? How are you not gonna kill?
He just shoots
He's
the
a
cars.
Terminator.
He
Dude,
just shoots the cars.
That scene's so awesome, though. He
It's
just
so
lights
awesome.
those motherfuckers up. And then, that's before. That's never mind.
Go
Well, later he starts shooting the fucking things at him, but that's later.
Oh, that's like 2 seconds later.
Yeah, yeah,
They
it's-
go down the elevator.
Well, no, before they go down the elevator,
He's like, I got this.
The cops come up, and Miles Dyson gets shot.
Yeah.
Gets
Yeah,
lit
yeah,
up.
no, that's when the
Yeah.
SWAT team comes.
That's when
in.
the SWAT team comes
So
up.
Schwarzenegger goes out there, yeah, and he lights everybody up from the windows and killing everybody. Great stuff.
Right.
The SWAT team comes up right as they're about to be finished planting all the bombs, and they got the fucking remote control detonator.
Right.
And then it's like bing bong, the door opens, and like Dyson's like, oh, I work here, it's cool. And Sarah and John are like, fuck this, get down, and he doesn't get down. He just gets. He goes, what?
That was good.
Yeah,
Thank you
no,
very
I
much.
nailed it.
Scene, I know this a lot. It's one of my favorite scenes. You
His
know what I mean?
line where,
Yeah.
where he's holding
I
the.
don't know. I was like, I know. And then,
so good.
what's the next line?
Jeez.
Fullback!
Who says it? Who says
Hank
it? Andy?
Schrader.
Hank
From
Schrader.
fucking Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
That's
fuck
right.
yeah, it does.
Holy
Yeah,
shit!
yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
even like because he
My
has a
impression
mask
was so
on the
good.
entire time, but you could tell
Yeah.
those eyes and that
Yeah,
bald
he
head.
had like he had like the balding up top of it, but I only know that because he was on Levitard show recently. They were like, so before Breaking Bad, you were on Terminator, you were on all these. He was in Die Hard. He was like an extra in a bunch of like smaller
Awesome.
movies.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
great.
So they all fall back, right? And then the whole thing fucking blows up.
Being in an elevator while an explosion's happening doesn't seem like
Not
a good
a great
idea.
idea.
Seems real
They
dangerous.
were almost down the ground floor. They're fine.
I guess.
They get down to the ground floor. They open it up. There's more cops down there. This is when you're talking
They
about
shoot
the thing, right?
the first smoke grenade at them, right? But
Right.
they have the mask.
But
Yeah,
they're
they
sharing
keep-
a
they
mask,
share it, they
which,
share
it back and
which
forth.
doesn't seem like it would work because you'd be like boofing the fucking.
yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but a little bit, you're fine at choking.
I love this
Used as a
stuff.
boof.
And then
'Cause
he
he
comes out and he cleans house, takes out all their knees first. All their
I'd be
knees.
like, come on, man.
I feel like cop number 3, I wouldn't like throw my gun down. Please,
Sorry,
God, don't shoot my
stop
knees.
shooting my knees, man. Like, it's so fucked up.
And then
Runs
Punch
out
me
of-
in the chest. I don't care. Just don't
runs
shoot
out of
my
bullets
knee.
and then just starts lighting motherfuckers up with the smoke gun. Just picks it up, thunk, 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 and then one guy hits in the back. Ah, goes down.
Oh, it hurts.
Oh, it hurts.
That's what he says.
Pops out and just thunk, 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 thunk. How fun would that be?
Yeah.
I don't want to like hurt people, but I just want to see what that gun does. Thunk, thunk. Because it's like what was that like? Half-Life. What was a fucking game like?
Gravity gun?
No, they had. Remember Team Fortress? There was a gun like that. Like the grenade was like thunk, thunk. It was so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one
and
too.
grenade launchers.
Exciting.
I mean, this is the definitive grenade launcher scene.
So
Even though it's not a
good.
grenade
So
launcher,
good.
but I mean, like that's the noise in
Was
the
it not a
video.
grenade launcher?
Well, it was smoke grenades, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
then we're
yeah.
So
fine.
here's another weird part of this.
Here we
though.
go, everybody.
Okay, they go out the front door. Okay, they go out the front door. there's really not that many other doors here, especially not a door that you could potentially drive a fucking motorcycle through. Yet the T-1000 in his unstoppable infinite wisdom goes, I'm gonna be a little surreptitious in this and sneak around the back, but I don't want to leave my bike unattended because someone might steal it. I'm gonna drive it up to the
stairs.
second story. Why? Why would he do that? Why would he not just go to where all the rest of the cops are and just be like, I'm gonna wait for these
Good
motherfuckers to come
question.
out?
Kind of embarrassed you don't know the answer to this. We saw in Terminator 1 in review that the more you piss off the Terminator, the more they're like, fuck it, I'm putting on a leather jacket and I'm getting fucking real with you.
I get it.
And he
but
was getting fucking
motorcycling
real.
upstairs never seems.
No, it
Not
didn't
a
look good
smart
either.
idea.
It looked very
Unless you're in
weird.
Gemini Man, which Nick.
There's a
As much
lot
shit
more
as you talk about the
motorcycle.
motorcycle, you need it one day. You're gonna watch it. You're gonna be like, that motorcycle was fucking
made
dope.
sense, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
cool.
Anyways, they Terminator brings the SWAT truck van or whatever in there, loads them up. Immediately, Sarah Connor's grabbing bulletproof vests and putting them
Does
up
say,
over
"I'll
the
be
windows
back."
and stuff. Yeah,
She puts hella vests on him.
Yeah,
Stay under
exactly.
these vests.
Yeah, it was great. Smart call.
I learned it in the first movie.
Yeah, and so then T-1000's up there, and he's like, "Oh fuck, they're getting away." And then he's like, "Oh great, there's a helicopter," and he's like, and times it out perfectly with geometry and shit that I never learned. He goes, bam, jumps out there,
Smashes the window,
Yeah.
like he punches the window and then smashes his head through.
Yeah.
Goops into the chair and then looks over and goes, "Get out!"
Yeah. Another
And the other guy's just like, I get it. Bye.
See you later.
That guy, to his credit, was like,
20 feet
I am
was
not
fine."
going to hesitate to jump 20 feet out of here.
But it was fine. He was fine. He handled.
He was us
Nobody
on the
has
plane.
kneecaps left after this movie. It was the great kneecapping of 1991.
We stopped, Judgment Day, but no one has.
Nobody can walk. That's how Wall-E happens. We're all gonna just float around in chairs now.
They take off in the thing. T-1000 gives chase in the helicopter. Sarah Connor goes to the back window. She's returning fire. John's a complete moron. He's stepping his head out looking, what's going on, man? Like, get out of the fucking...
Catch one bullet's over.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. All hell's breaking loose. They're shooting shit, right? And then it gets hazy for good big old Greg, as it always
The
does.
helicopter
There's a lot of
smashes
stuff.
into
Helicopter
it.
goes in the tunnel.
Under the
They do
tunnel,
some
which is really
stuff.
cool.
They
Yeah,
end
that's
up
cool.
in the fireplace.
Which is not only do they end up in the
Oh, no,
fireplace,
we get a great scene.
He steals the big rig that's full of liquid nitrogen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And we get a great
I
scene
was
where he-
gonna get there, where they take the little house.
They take the little
truck.
house truck,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
fun.
Top gets ripped off. Schwarzenegger goes drive, and she goes over to drive. He climbs out the window, walks into the bed, jumps onto the truck, and then
dude,
just
yeah.
starts fucking hammering rounds into
Oh
his
my god, the
face.
choreography of this was amazing.
But it's so cool because it's so fluid. No, they were
human
like,
being.
yeah, no scared at all, like no fear whatsoever. Just walked as it's incapacitated, comes down and just grabs
the
the wheel,
wheel,
and wrenches the fucking.
And it's exactly what I wanted him to do. As he
Yeah.
jumped on the car, I was like, "Oh, is he just gonna fuck?" He's just shooting at him.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
So
Like
good.
this is really cool.
and then does this cool thing, and Schwarzenegger does this so perfectly.
climbs
Where
over.
yeah, he like rides the truck as it falls over, and then just like surfs it for a little
Awesome.
bit as it skids in, and she's like, "Go, John, keep going." He's like flooring it. He's like, "Bob, stop, Bob." She's like, "Fuck no!" Slams into like the forklift thing, which I was like, that was really
yeah.
scary. And then they look over, and the truck is still skidding, stops, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the worst
Horrible.
effect of the whole movie, like kind of roll skids out.
yeah.
It looked real bad. Yeah.
Anyway, and then
I
we get the
loved
coolest
it.
effects of the whole
Panda
movie,
roll.
where they look
Yeah.
and Schwarzenegger like looks at it like,
Well,
is-
T-1000, climbs out of the upturned thing. It's
But
liquid nitrogen.
Liquid
There's shit
nitrogen
everywhere.
pouring
yeah.
out. It's, the whole
He
place
comes
is-
down. You're like, this thing can't be stopped. It's a true Terminator. And then it's like, and then he has that great move. Where, like he looks, and then like his hand breaks, and he pulls it up, and he's like, "What the fuck?" Awesome.
and then he does
His
the thing
leg
like
breaks,
the leg breaks, and
and
he
he
tries
keeps
to walk,
going.
and the other one breaks, and then he kind of like crumples down, and then Schwarzenegger looks at him and he goes, "Hasta la vista, baby." Kaboosh! Thousands of pieces.
Oh my God.
And this is when young Nick Scarpino was like, "Thank you." Because I have been so
I've been so
scared this entire movie, and it's finally over. He did it. He's frozen. Wait a minute.
Did you learn nothing, Jon Snow?
I was like, wait a minute. Why would they be in this like really hot
Molten-
lava
molten
place?
plant. Yeah.
And then, oh man,
smelting some steel in here, middle of the fucking
so
night
the
in
second
LA.
you see, when I was a kid, I saw the close up of the first one. I was like, oh no, it's gonna melt, and it starts to melt, and he's like, we have to go. I'm like, ah,
Fuck.
yeah.
I was like, part of me is like, get over there, just like sweep it up or something, like put it
Yeah.
in the thing, put it in
Yeah,
the
totally,
yeah,
right?
throw
Just
it
go
in.
over there with a fucking shovel, start tossing them in the.
It's like
go
freezing.
fast.
It's like minus 200 something degrees.
I know.
But the
You can't
Terminator's
touch it.
The Terminator's steel. You can't freeze
bend
steel.
steel.
We just learned that you can freeze steel.
Liquid metal, completely different than this. You know what I mean?
No,
Now,
it
I'm gonna
becomes
say this.
brittle.
This is where the visuals of this movie are. You can tell they spent a lot of time in this last sequence
Because
The
they were like,
factory
we
in this is
fucked it up
so-
last time.
Yeah.
We got to make this one really count.
Dude.
They
The last-
distracted him with toasters. It was great.
But like,
But no,
The look of it. of the last
Him
one.
getting his arm stuck in that gear, it
God.
looks so
Yeah,
incredible.
we get the awesome fight here of T1000 and Arnold squaring off or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
He's just getting his ass
John
beat.
and Sarah
Bouncing
are
each
running
other
off
off.
on the thing. They're fighting over there. Yeah, eventually though, our Terminator, getting his fucking ass owned, gets tossed in the thing. T1000 realizes he's incapacitated, turns around, and there's that great scene where Schwarzenegger's pawing at his arm and then realizes and reaches out, but it's too late. He's out of his grasp.
Yeah.
And T1000 goes after John and Sarah or whatever.
Before that, though, one of the coolest effects though is when he grabs him and throws him against
and
the
he
wall,
goes,
backward, and he
around.
flips himself
Oh my
and
God.
comes at him. That's so fucking
So
rad.
cool.
Yeah, totally.
And
I
then
feel like very unnecessary, but he
Totally.
he
I
wanted
was
to
just
show
like, I
it
got
off.
you, bitch.
What
the
if
same
he-
thing when he punches and then through that, he goes to punch his head and his
it
head
goes
turns
through
into
it.
the hands.
The
and he's
hands,
just
he
like,
grabs
well,
him,
fuck
throws
you.
him, yeah.
What if he
Great
covered somebody up in his liquid stuff?
Dead.
What about him?
Great way to kill somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Think about it. You can't breathe liquid metal. You've tried.
That's what I was thinking about the guy with the fucking like coffee vending machine. Like just if he would have gone into his body or whatever. But what if he were to wrap around Arnold in that moment? Like
Probably could have.
Well,
But
no,
Arnold
because
Arnold's
then
not
he's
gonna
thin.
suffocate.
You gotta imagine he's thin too.
I
and
guess
it's-
you're
Yeah,
right.
and then it's surface tension and shit like that. And you'd be,
Surface tension,
You'd
yeah.
be clawing at it.
Arnold probably would have just ran into the liquid lava too. Like
Great idea too. That's
Yeah,
a great
that's
way.
true.
To
That
go,
was his
you know?
mission, yeah.
Or he
Is
can't
this-
self-terminate, but I guess he in that we'd be terminating the thing, so maybe he could get around it that way. Interesting
knows?
logic
We don't
questions. T1000's after John and Sarah.
Yeah, catches up with Sarah at this point, right? And she's trying to load the bullets into the thing, and he just like fucking twink and just puts the.
No, well, we haven't seen. We already sent off John. She has a great thing where she's like, "I'll lower you down," and I thought it was when T1000
Yeah.
was pursuing. I'll lower
That's
you
right.
down. Puts him in the little bucket, and he goes, he's like,
And she's like, "Go!"
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then she starts trying to shoot him. Or
Now
whatever.
she
Can't
and she
load the bullet.
loses. She loads the bullet, but the first bullet she loads, she drops,
Yeah.
and that's the one bullet she needed at the end to push him into the lava. Like she's like, "Fuck!"
Yeah.
She starts flipping. He's bing.
Yeah, bing, poof, call to John.
It's
Awesome.
like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, and it's like it doesn't make any sense, of course, because like, well, I've heard you talk. I can mimic your voice based on this, but whatever. But I guess he's mad. He's not
Yeah.
thinking like a Terminator
It's a
anymore.
control thing, man.
He's showing how human they really are.
Wow.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Schwarzenegger
He wrenches his arm out of the thing, comes up, right? Doesn't
Yeah.
fuck him
He
up at
comes
this
up.
point?
He
He
fucks up a
saves
little
the
bit.
day, right?
Well, then he gets fucked up, and then
Well,
he
then
gets
he does
stabbed
the
through the
thing where he
chest.
puts him on the thing and takes the giant steel I-beam,
Oh,
smashes it against
Oh
his
my
face like
God,
eight.
just
And
beats
again,
the crap out
not
of him.
thinking, "Oh, I'm pissed. I'm fucking you up with this thing." Throws him and then stabs him through.
lightning.
That 10 count sound effect,
And he's
and then-
reaching for the grenade launcher.
Yeah.
Powers down.
Can't get the grenade launcher. Powers down.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
it's like,
it,
oh man,
dead.
he's dead. Oh my god, it's all on you. We double back now, right? And then
John's up on top.
John's up, and then
Sees his mom, she's
Sarah
like,
Connor is
"John."
calling to him. He's like, "Mom!" And he runs over, and then it's your scene of
And then
like,
the real Sarah Connor comes, just like, "John,
get away,
get down," or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, get down, get away.
Boom. One-handed cock. Boom. One-handed cock.
doing- he's
Boom.
doing the
cock.
smack,
Boom. Love that shit. Gets right to the end. Click. Fuck. Why did you drop that thing?
And
Click.
He turns back and he's pissed and he starts healing and it's like, oh fuck, we're
It's
dead.
so go,
It's
go,
over.
bad slow-mo.
It's-
So
what
go.
could possibly
Yeah,
happen?
horrible.
Oh, we already seen Terminator reboot, by the way.
Yeah, they did.
What could possibly happen?
That's the
Which
one thing-
Terminator
that's-
rides up over the fucking thing with the grenade launcher?
One thing I didn't love is like I nothing caused him to.
He
reboot.
rerouted
He
his
just-
power.
Well, he rerouted his power.
Yeah, but like
they-
he's powered down. I don't
Fun
know.
fact: they fixed that or not fixed it. They added that in editing. They didn't have a reboot scene.
Oh.
And in editing, they're like, something feels off about
Yeah.
this of him just coming back and us
Yeah.
not seeing it.
That's
so
smart.
they added it, and like the lights turning on, whatever. Like it's all just digital effects that weren't planned.
That's smart,
It's cool,
though,
though.
because it shows you how resilient the T800
Yeah.
is. Which is
Backup
cool.
battery.
Yeah, like it reroutes back to a different fuel cell or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And again,
The
in
one his
another
ass.
in the extended universe that no longer exists or whatever. Remember, he's got the fucking battery pack. They just be a little nuclear bomb whenever he wants it. Terminator 3, everybody. Cool. Anyways, he comes over, fires one into T1000, and poof, blows up.
Oh, in the coolest way.
This scene reminds me of The Thing. Remember that movie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where the thing would come alive and like scream,
Yeah.
the head would be over here, and they channeled that fucked up sound design for that, and it's so cool. And then they just like
Weird
then it, like,
screeching.
the weight of it, the animators, the weight of it falling over is so realistic. It's so well done.
Yeah, so it falls into the molten steel, lava, whatever the fuck it is.
Starts doing all the faces.
Yeah,
that
all
are
of our
done.
faces. It's
So
seen. We
it
see
melts.
Janelle again. Yeah, we melt into nothingness. It's like boom, and it's over. It's like, yeah, we beat the T1000. And everybody goes and they're watching like, oh my god, we beat the T1000. This was great. And John's like, this is gonna be so cool to have a Terminator. We're gonna hang out. You're my dad. We'll get you a hat to cover up your entire fucking face.
You're a hockey mask the entire
Your head
time.
that's been crushed nonstop.
And so then it's like, we got to terminate everything else. They throw the hand in, they throw the chip in, like it's done. He's like, it's not done. There's one more chip. And
Also 2 hands and a feet.
Turned into Vin Diesel.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, they go back. They had to go back, I guess, and get the arm crushed in the fucking gears, right? Because that was just sitting over there.
You would imagine, right?
You think they probably cleaned up, maybe, or
Hopefully,
not? Maybe
they
that's
better.
what caused the
Sarah
fucking
Connor
thing
gets
again.
back in the car. She's like, "Fuck! Wait, hold on. This happened once
Every
before."
time we got to blow everything up.
Yeah.
We just got to start blowing shit up from now on, okay?
And so Terminator can't self-terminate. John doesn't like this. It's too bad. It's got to happen. Sarah has that moment of respect with the Terminator. Thank you for
he goes, I know now why you cry.
but it is something I can never do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go melt myself.
So he climbs in the thing. Sarah lowers him down.
And we get
Kills him the exact same way she did in the other one with one of these.
the little. Oh, she's a master of this at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah,
You have to
yeah.
assume like
Up and down
90% of her
elevator
training was
things.
figuring out how 3-button devices work.
It's true.
Up, down, stop. And I love this part because he just does this. As it's coming down, his hand, as it's waving goodbye, just goes, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Forms
Thumbs
the
up,
thumbs
thumbs
up,
up.
baby,
Good
and
for
then burns
him,
live.
dude. You gotta love
So
it.
good.
And he just like.
What if he did this? What if he's like, just kidding. Just
kidding, Moo-Moo.
Just kidding, Moo-Moo.
And then we get some asphalt, some more lights on it, and Sarah more monologuing here, talking about how she doesn't understand. Nobody knows what the future is.
Future's uncertain.
Yeah, we don't have to go into it.
Yeah. But I'm pretty. But she's like this. I'm pretty optimistic. Pretty happy about it.
But also, like, I don't know what I'm going to do for work.
Yeah. I'm a wanted criminal.
Do you think
Lots
she
of
kept
people have
training,
died.
just in case?
she's
Have you
doing-
ever seen the alternate ending?
Shoots in a lot of subs.
The alternate ending, it would have been great if they were going to leave it at 2. If they just would have left it at 2 instead of leaving the door open for a bunch of terrible sequels. And we'll see how the Dark Fate is. Is that what this one is?
Yeah.
The one is really, I mean, not unbelievable, I guess, wholly in our world. But it's that, like, it's the far-flung future or whatever, and it's John playing with his daughter on the playground, and old Linda Hamilton there being grandmother and talking about it, and like, John fights a different battle now in Congress. Like, he's a congressman.
Whoa.
She,
Yeah.
like, futuristic DC's behind
And
them, and I'm
the-
like, did they forgive all your crimes?
'cause
Like,
this guy's a war criminal probably at this point.
not even John, but I mean, like, for sure, her.
Yeah,
of like,
you killed
what-
lots of people.
Yeah, you killed a
Also,
lot of fucking
the
people.
makeup in it is terrible. Like her old person makeup looks like they just threw like
That's how he
putty
did
on
in
top of her
94. That's how he
face.
did in
That's
94.
how he
It's
did.
bad.
That's how he
Was
did.
it worse than like Harry Potter as an old man?
No, well, actually, maybe.
Ragu bagu.
Ragu.
If I'm not a part of this next time, I'm not saying bad.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Rad Guys Talk Bad Guys. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the Hispanic heartthrob Andy Cortez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Forbes 30 under 30, a.k.a. the second best baby blues in San Francisco, a.k.a. the engaged one at Tim Gettys.
Terminator.
You suck.
The Timinator. Hey, what do you want me to do? The die was cast, sir, in the
You
audience.
cast it.
You threw it.
Ah, man, it's the one way to see it. You know what I
You
mean?
threw the
other way
you
to
threw
see
the
it,
die.
though, is there's no fate, but what we make.
T1000? Is he going first?
T1000 or
T800?
T800?
Great question, Timinator.
Oh man,
It's a tough one.
it is tough. It's tough to the point that like
Come
I
on, dude.
might give the edge to the OG.
I
No.
agree. I think I go T800 as
I
well.
feel like the T1000 a much better killing
We're not
machine.
listening. We're not taking on this question.
T1000, much better killing machine. Not in the movie that much.
Yeah.
Like it's weird
Honestly,
when they
when he
choose
pops
for him
back
to
up
come
in
in and
Miles
out.
Dyson's house, you're like, oh fuck, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
your thing.
he's the antagonist. He's coming after us. You know. What I mean?
I love
Yeah.
the T1000, man.
I do too.
It's
I'm not
cool as
taking
fuck.
anything away. Both great villains.
Both
I love the
Great
way it's
thing.
acted. I love the relentlessness of like running down the street, showing how advanced this unit actually is, going through the bar.
But it's the thing
You know
is,
what?
Cool.
I
You
don't
changed my
want
mind, Eddie.
Yeah.
I'm with T1000 because T800 had too many dumb scenes in the first one of like him in his little hotel room, like
That
things
was
like
great.
that.
It's
he
terrifying.
cut out his
I didn't-
eyes.
I didn't like it. Didn't like
He
it.
also, rotting flesh. What? Why?
I'm fine with the Rotting Flash.
Thank you very much.
Smells
Again,
like dead
no
cat?
audience questions. No audience questions.
I loved him walking up to the kid with or the policeman. Nice bike. You got that. Like, I just love how
He's a great villain.
he's so menacing without being menacing.
Yeah.
When
But like, dude, look at that. Like, come on. The original picture of Schwarzenegger from the
is from
cover,
part two.
where for
Sideways.
no reason, yeah, he's got the gun sideways, the hair, the glasses, and no shirt on for no reason in the original poster. Come on, dude, that's sexy.
And what about when he? I mean, I don't want us to get distracted.
What are we talking about?
Bells and whistles.
The T1000 could be anyone.
I don't want
no
us
one
to
is
get
safe.
distracted
You know?
by, and that's why he
Trust
maybe,
no one.
That's maybe why he's a lesser villain. Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator 1, right, had less to work with, right?
He got crushed to death by like a squeezer.
Yeah. So,
Also-
can I give you an opinion you press any day?
Big
also, Kevin, I understand like you're not a part of the panel, but I appreciate your opinions. I really, really do.
That means a lot, Andy.
Don't do that.
The scene with the parents and the knife and the
Tom
phone
Janelle.
call,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I
Ruined-
think is like cooler than any of the villain moments from part 1 or 2.
What about, I mean, when Sarah's talking to her mom and we cut back to Big
That's
Bear and the door's
terrifying.
all fucked up and there's that and it's just fucking
And that
Arnold
was
not
Schwarzenegger the entire time.
This one is
Or when
way
he just
cooler.
when he
Way
murks the
cooler.
old lady, clearly not Sarah Connor. You're clearly not within like childbearing
He has
range,
no
but I'm gonna
idea.
kill you
He
anyway.
has no idea.
I like them both so much.
I know,
don't
right? It's great.
hard.
Let's just give it to the T1000.
T1000, yeah.
There it
You
is.
know,
All
no,
right.
it's between me and Tim. Then you're 100% T1000. I guess actually it's Tim. I'm a
Yeah.
T800. Yeah, I like.
Yeah, I you know,
Or Cyberdyne stop missed
the one scene of like the mom cut thing, I gotta go T1000.
Yeah, you
I've
too.
changed.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
flipping. I'm flipping them down.
It's okay. You
Back
got a lot
and
of
forth.
flippity do.
Flippity floppity.
So there you go. Then the Ragu
yeah.
Bagu rankings for the Terminator Cameron verse so far are T1000 at number 1, T800 number 2.
Wow.
Follow us on Ragu Bagu Vids.
Yeah.
I
All
post here
your
and there.
needs.
Do we here? This is a question we were having while we were watching Terminator and Terminator 2 over the weekend. Is there a difference in the models from T1
Yes.
to T2? Because it's a
So
technically it's Cyberdyne Systems Model 101 in Terminator is what they call it.
Right,
That's-
so it's
that's the look
model
of him, though.
model 101, series T800,
Gotcha.
series
Okay.
T1000.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think in the first one was he a T100 or is he T800 in the first one?
He's a T800, but they reference model 101.
101. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought the model number was the look.
Yeah.
The Schwarzenegger look.
Yes.
So
His
so
series number, the T800.
so it's the same basically like whether they just went and grabbed another
Exoskeleton,
one,
yeah.
exoskeleton look the same,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, cool.
7 syllables in the middle. You need 5 for the first and last line. If you're not poetic, no need to fret it. Haikus don't need to rhyme. Haiku in review. Haiku in review. This rhymes for you.
Wow. Only one today. Blackjack writes in, just like you can at patreon.com/kindafunny to write your review in haiku form. He says, shotgun spin, so dope. John's a mope, our only hope. Will humans win? Nope.
This is
good.
Blackjack had a really good
God,
rhyming
man.
one last time.
Yeah, Blackjack.
Wow.
Good for you. Even his name.
Bringing
you
the
know?
heat.
Give me the abs.
Were they born in labs? Now it's time to rank those abs.
Welcome back to Rank Those Abs, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Nick Scarpino. A couple abs to rank in this one. We got Robert Patrick buck naked. Looking pretty good, but not as good as Kyle Reese. So I'm going to put him in number 3 for actually number 4. Kyle's getting jumped down to number 3. Arnold from Terminator 1 still staying at number 1
for sure.
Because the difference between his body in this one and the first one is like it's crazy. Especially when you watch him back and back. His shoulders in the first one were so fucking big. This one is a little bit more of just like, oh, okay, you've got a really good physique. You still got a lot of muscle packed onto that skeleton. But you backed off the anabolic steroids just a little bit and probably good for your health.
Don't say that.
Yeah. Good for him.
That's it. Thanks,
Good
guys.
for him. Thank you.
Sarah
wigs.
Connor doesn't get on this guy.
Oh, but I never saw her abs though.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I'll put her physique,
But we already
overall
did the
physique,
bicep.
I'll put her at number 3.
What's up with that?
Yeah. Arnold, her, Kyle. There you go.
Subs.
Doing those subs.
Now it's time to rank the Terminator universe. Now I feel like it's pretty obvious.
This is the best
currently number
sequel
one's
ever
Terminator.
made, right?
This one definitely is number 1. But I would argue it's a lot closer than I ever would have thought.
Oh, definitely.
Like, one was, when I said yesterday when we recorded this, I was like, I'm surprised how much I like it, and it's just fucking good. As good as T2 is, I think that they're real close, but this gets the edge.
If you break it down plot-wise, there's not much new they do in this movie, right? Like, this movie relies heavily on the fact that killer robots from the future are sent back to kill things in the past, right? That's so well established and so beautifully set up in the first one that this one definitely benefits from it. So a case could be made from like just the sci-fi, just the plot and what we're trying to achieve. The first one actually does more than this one does. There's a lot of
interesting.
elements of this that they're just repeating, right? It's including Arnold Schwarzenegger coming back as the same fucking character and like having to protect people. There you go. But I would say that Terminator 2 is way better.
I'm with you, Tim, that it was way closer than I thought it would be. You know what I mean? I think growing up, obviously being a kid and watching Terminator 2 and having, waited so long for it, we were all so happy to be there. There was a kid in it, I think, which helped. Obviously, the technical effects, all these different things made it like, oh man, far and away, Terminator 2 is the better movie. But having watched them like as adults back to back or whatever, it was like, holy shit, which one do I like more? And I think it could be on a given day flipped around a lot in terms of where I would end up being it. Because again, as we know, I'm not the biggest action fan, right? So I think I like the fact that Terminator 1 feels more cerebral in certain ways in terms of like, it's
more
Kyle
horror
Reese
movie.
explaining. Sorry. Yeah,
Horror.
exactly. Yeah. And so I think honestly on today, I would vote Terminator 1. Because I think this story spoke to me more this time around than the special effects and everything that was going on here, than Edward Furlong's acting. And granted, he's a kid. I'm not, taking shots here, but it's just like, I think also that even with this one, it felt long, like in a good way. Like I enjoyed the ride, obviously, but it was long. Whereas I feel like Terminator 1 was performance based and was a horror movie and was all these different things we hadn't seen. Granted, effects don't hold up in a certain way and blah blah blah. But
Yeah, I do. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, I think that this is the best sequel ever, where it's more of the first, and like they turn things around. Your expectations are kind of thrown out the window, and like the villain is now even cooler than the first villain, in my opinion. I love this movie so much, and yeah, it's number one.
It's one of those two where I feel like they are one and the same so much, which I know, they aren't. Obviously, they're different movies, but it is that Terminator 2 I don't think would be as good without Terminator 1. And, right? And like I love the continuation of it and where it all goes and stuff. So I feel like they're so together. It almost feels like one saga, one thing.
That's true, but I also feel like this movie, like I watched this movie first. Like I didn't watch Terminator 1, and like I still got everything out. Like it does such a good job explaining everything, and like her little monologues, like really give you everything you need to know. I feel like this movie on its own is watchable, and it's still.
Oh yeah,
great.
no, I wasn't saying it's not watchable.
No, but what I'm saying, it's like, well, to take away from what Nick was saying a little bit is that like I feel like this movie, if you just watch this movie, you're still getting a good movie out of it, where it doesn't need the first one. It's like cool, the first one builds all these things, but like I don't think it was necessary. Like I think this one on its own can do it, and like that to me is why it's like the best sequel ever.
Yeah, I loved it. I think that part two, I'm kind of with you, Tim, where I do think sort of my understanding of the series is I always thought Terminator 1 was like some really crappy B horror movie, or just action movie or whatever. I always thought it was just a lot lower in quality than what I knew it to be. And then after finally watching it, I liked Terminator 1 a lot. But yeah, I think T2 is just so goddamn incredible. And not only just the modernization of it, but I love there's two people hunting one person, and like one of them is trying to save him, one of them is trying to kill him, and I love that, just that little back and forth. And the villain is terrifying, and Arnold and little Eddie,
we called him.
they're just cool together.
No big
I don't know.
deal.
I thought it was just a damn good movie, and going back to what we were saying earlier, there's so little fat on this movie.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I loved like every moment of it. Yeah.
So final rankings then, with Greg voting Terminator 1 over 2, and the rest of us voting 2 over 1. Number 1, Terminator 2. Number 2, Terminator 1. Next week, we're doing Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and Terminator Dark Fate. Which is going to be the sequel to this one. All the characters are returning.
It's crazy.
Interesting.
I'm excited.
I have very low, very, very, very
I
low
have
hopes
super
for this.
low expectations.
But
of
we'll
this movie.
see.
But it's James Cameron, and he's never let us down.
It's kind
We'll
of
see.
James Cameron.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
it's
just
James Cameron and
producing,
Todd Phillips.
Yeah.
And they're
Tim
pretty.
Tim Miller.
Miller, not Todd Phillips.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Tim Miller.
Yeah, which is exciting. Like, we'll see. But until then.
Hasta la vista, baby.